Eddie starting at tailback, held to 10 yards on 9 carries, and Buhler as a team averaged just 9, or make it 2.5 yards a play. Jeff Neal, 11 of 30, 95 yards, 1 TD, and 3 INTs in the loss. And Moles, we kind of break that down. A lot of games they say are won in the trenches. I think that was true last Friday, is that McPherson had the superior team in that game, both on the line offensively and defensively.
Yeah, they were very, very big, and coming into a week against a team that has been rolling, and you throw in last year's loss. There's stuff there, but they were definitely the better team, especially in the trenches. Got off the ball quicker. Buhler is always worried about their pop up to check the sideline, see if they need a change of play, which we'll see again tonight. But the defensive line tonight for Buhler is going to be very influential, and where the game can be flipped, and momentum can be flipped as well. So I expect to see big nights from the two techs, as well as a few great rushes from the DNs to really try to get after the quarterback and create some pressure, because we know he's young.
Yeah, good news. Talked to Coach this week, and you always wonder after a tough loss like that how your kids, particularly younger kids, going to respond in practice. Great week of practice. Feel like they got some of their mojo back, and still missing some key pieces out there. We'll talk about that coming up, but good news is guys don't have their heads down, which I think is critical.
Yeah, and we've talked a couple times about shorter memory. You keep it in the back of your head. So what? We have a brand new game, brand new week. Same thing on both sides. We have the same amount of days to prepare. We're going to come up, and we got to show who's the better team. And to be able to move on like that, have a great week of practice, get a few guys back, try to get them healthy, and come out just to have a great week to come out and battle on the field.
And we talk every week about eliminating turnovers. That is obviously plagued this team offensively, averaging 3 turnovers a game, 25 total on the year. They had 3 more last week. At some point in the season, you are what you are. Obviously, you want to eliminate those turnovers, but that has seemed to have been a problem this year for this team.
Yeah, and a couple of times they've been forced errors, trying to do just a little too much. You really want to see those numbers fall down, but they haven't yet. So you obviously work on those in practice, trying to not create them, but it comes on to that same thing we just talked about with the loss. Is it happens, so what? Our defense has learned to be ready whenever it comes to they're needed, and they come out and they've done a great job these last couple weeks. If you forget that last week's game, they've given up like 14 points and played very well. So
yeah, they've been really good. Sometimes just matchups too. You're going to have a team along the way that your style doesn't match up well with. Coach talked about some of the things that McPherson did defensively, kind of forcing them, Buhler's offensive line, out of their combo blocks and more in man-on-man, which with a smaller team can put you at a disadvantage. So sometimes those matchups, you don't pair up well with another team. Kind of felt a little bit like that on Friday in that MAC loss. I think much more optimistic about the way they line up against this Arc City team.
Yeah, and that's the thing where some sort of experience comes in, not only just that beginning segment of the season, but the end too, where you can put in different plays after you've seen a team and tried to evaluate their weakness. So it's something that the coaches have worked with throughout the week, and it's something to be processed. Is you find your best matchups, and especially in a team that, we saw last week, McPherson really liked one of the matchups they had with Myers on the end, and they tried to go to it repeatedly. That's something that they analyzed and said, one-on-one, we'll take our guy over the other guy. So if you see a situation like that, you rely on your other guys that are around him to be able to create pressure on the quarterback, or vice versa, create pressure on the wide receiver.
Well, injuries certainly have been a key part of this season as well. Without Gavin Patton, they've been without Mitchell McDaniel for a couple of weeks. He's back, not 100%, but certainly that gives them some options, being able to split Matt Eddy out more and not confine him to the backfield, I think, will certainly help this offense.
Oh, yeah, definitely not quite 100%. Saw him limping just a little bit, but the fact that he's suited out, he's ready to put it all out on the line. It gives Coach Warner a lot of more options. You know, we saw some things that we hadn't seen yet this season last week with Matt Eddy running quarterback, throwing the option, throwing the ball from quarterback, splitting Jeff Neal out wide and having him run routes, which he's not bad at. And so to be able to bring Matt in different locations than just stagnant in the backfield creates so many more opportunities. And as a defensive coordinator, you want to figure out where he is. So if you're Coach Warner and you're able to move Matt Eddy around and create that confusion against the defense, it makes your offense a lot easier to run and score points. Unfortunately,
probably the best offensive play for Buhler last week, their only score was a pass from Jeff to Braden Gentry in the end zone, injured on that play. And likely without him, that brings Nick Gazaway into the fold with Gentry, a kid who plays so hard on both sides of the ball, tough to replace, particularly at that Mike linebacker.
Yeah, your Mike linebacker, especially in this Black Knight defense, is your signal caller. That's the guy who is going to make quick game time adjustments for you. And so we really hate to see he's had such a good season as of late, made great plays, started to run the ball, became one of the number 2 through 5 guys in the passing game. So to lose him was very hard, but we also look next guy up mentality. Nick Gazaway came in and immediately had a nice
run. Yeah.
He had one of the biggest runs of the night, and then they went back to him, tried to run an option, and he clamped down. So just getting him some more reps, he's shown that he can run the ball and play at this varsity level. And so having him against this short passing Arc City Bulldog offense could be beneficial with his speed, but he's somebody that is going to have watched a lot of film, and he's going to rely on those more experienced guys with Matt Eddy giving him, hey, you see this? This is where they're going. Will Haynen's going to have to give him a few pointers as the game goes along, but he is ready for this challenge, and I know that he's a kid who's worked really hard to get where he is.
We'll see how it goes on the field tonight. Our injury report brought to you by Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation Sports Performance. Schedule your free consultation at summitks.com. Together for exceptional health care. Mentioned is the second all-time meeting between the Crusaders and the Bulldogs. The other, also a meeting in the first round of the playoffs in 1988. Arc City won that game 27-6. Number 7 against number 10 tonight here in the opening round of the playoffs at Crusaders Stadium. Back with more of our Midway Motors Drive to the Game right after this.
Of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Next, we'll relive this day in Crusader history. And Coach Coles breaks down tonight's opponent in Armored Up. Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM.
Want lights that come on at dusk and turn off at dawn automatically? At Sunflower Electric, we have bulbs that can directly replace your existing 60-watt bulbs, providing extra security for a very low cost with no timers to set. This bulb includes an internal sensor that works in any direction and can be used indoor, outdoor, and in damp locations. Has a 15,000-hour lifespan and priced under $5 each. Call us at 620-662-0531 or stop by Sunflower Electric in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Have an appliance that doesn't work or a yard full of scrap metal and don't know what to do with it? Hi, this is Kathy from Midwest Iron, and you can save the environment and put a little money in your pocket by bringing it to us at 700 South Main. Call us at 620-662-0551. Midwest Iron, recycling for tomorrow's environment.
At Adams Brown, we go above and beyond to help our clients. Hi, this is Brett Henry. We love to show how our team can help your business. Stop by our Hutch location at 30th and Plum or check out adamsbrowncpa.com. Adams Brown, strategic allies and CPAs, above and beyond.
Stop by Heston Bakery and Cafe, Heston's hometown cafe, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. Open every day of the week. They serve an assortment of baked goods, specialty coffees, sandwiches, soups, salads, and desserts for dine-in, carry-out, and for all your catering needs. Stop in and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere, or view the menu and order online for convenient quick pickup at HestonBakeryAndCafe.com.
Mayhem is everywhere. Protect yourself. Hi, I'm Andrew Parr, your Allstate agent in Hutchinson. Protection shouldn't be pricey. Call me today or stop by the office at 13th and Main in Midtown Hutchinson for a free quote. Are you in good hands?
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here on our Midway Motors drive to the game, time for our This Day in Crusader history. Take you back to October the 28th of 2010, a matchup with Nickerson in district play. J.P. Lawrence blocked a school record 3 punts in that game. Buhler won 45-0. That 2010 team finished the season 12-1, lost in the state semifinals to Holton 42-7. Christopher, I don't know if you were here for that game or not in 2010. But I go all the way back to, I vividly remember that was a night where Holton just dominated the line of scrimmage and pounded Buhler into the turf. I think last week is the first time I've really seen Buhler get dominated at the line like that since that 2010 playoff game.
I know exactly what I was doing that evening. I was not here, but
you were busy coaching.
Yes, we were getting ready. We had the state title game the next day, and so I went to see a Denzel Washington movie about the runaway train in Pennsylvania. If you guys can name, I can't even remember the name of that dang old movie.
I can't help you out there.
Me either.
But 2010, Buhler had finally beaten Topeka Hayden the week before. Finally gotten over that hurdle, and Holton, of course, goes on to the state title game. Buhler gets Ark City tonight. The Bulldogs out of Division II, the ABCTL. They are 2-6, 1-5 in the league. 3-6 last year. Boy, they've been through some tough circumstances. Their starting quarterback, as a sophomore, led them all the way to the state title game. They had a 2-6 record that year too. And Gabe Welch came on late in the season, led him to a state title game, comes back last year as a junior and injures his knee midway through the year. The Ark City, of course, had the tragic player death late in the year, ended up forfeiting the opening round of the playoffs. They come back this year. They've got the senior group, and then Gabe Welch breaks his leg. They're starting a freshman at quarterback. So sometimes those adversity things that you have to fight through can really define you and who you are as a team. You mentioned who wants to still be here tonight. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, when you get to the playoffs, I mean, it is all about who wants to extend the season, because it is such a grind, and Carson knows because you're just 1 year removed from it, because these guys work year-round. And so it's all about, who still has something left in the tank, who still wants to extend that season, who wants to get together for another week of practice and film and all that it entails.
Yeah, I mean, to go off your point, you look at that run you said Ark City had a couple years ago where they upset just about everybody they played in the playoffs. And the who wants it more aspect plays into overlooking teams, and you got to realize that, hey, this Ark City team, go look at their schedule. It's brutal. They have guys, and that when you see how many freshmen play for them, and their quarterback, who does not look like a freshman by any means physically, that's what's built him to this point. So these guys, you have a bad record. You come into playoffs, everything's clean for every team. You get a good enough seed in the playoffs where you're seeing a lower bottom half, eight of the 8 seeds, and you're feeling good if you're Ark City. Now, on the flip side, Buhler has to be able to say, we want to go on. We have this group. We're going to lose a few seniors, but the more we can build with this junior class and sophomore class with the help of the seniors, we're going to build our legacy here as Buhler Crusaders.
I will say this, though. I totally give tons of credit to the tougher schedule. There is a reason why you're 2-6, though.
Yes. Yes.
They've been through some injuries. Offensive line maybe not as good as it has been in some years. We'll see. This team that traditionally has struggled over the years. Their last winning season back in 2012. They were 6-4 that year, 3-6 we mentioned last year. A little bit of everything offensively. I think this is where things fit into the 4-3 nicely. They really like the short passing game as an extension of their running game. A lot of that has to do with that freshman quarterback trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly, although we'll talk with Coach Coles coming up, but he really likes the matchup and the opportunity for his guys to get pressure on that young quarterback.
Yeah, Buhler is famous, for getting pressure with just bringing a four-man rush. Lots of teams can generate pressure, but a lot of times they have to sell out and take some huge risks and really roll the dice and bring, linebackers and blitzing. Coach Coles, Coach defense, they are relying on those front four to just bring relentless pressure down after down after down. And so anytime that there's a throwing team, they've got to be able to get the ball out quick. You think about it, traditionally, the throwing teams that have had success against Buhler, kind of some of those collegiate teams that were really good at getting the ball out quick. That's about the only way, because you can't run enough screen passes. You can't run enough screen passes to deal with a great pass rush.
And with that short stuff, those safeties, those linebackers, they've got to be where they're supposed to be on the field, know their assignments. If they're out of position, if they play the ball wrong, that's where it opens up for those yards after catch. Gotta be disciplined.
Yeah, and it's something that has been accumulation of this season. You look at how well Buhler's flown to the ball when they're playing good defense, which they have as of late, and how well they've met guys at the ball. So now you want to talk about, hey, keep it in front of you. We'll give up a 2-yard pass if we can tackle him right when he gets the ball. If you're going to jump it, you got to make sure you either knock it down or you take it. But the speed of this Buhler secondary and the intensity is going to spell well for the Crusaders if all Arc City does is short passes.
I think there's a trend that we're going to start seeing with smaller guys in the interior. Seems to be working for a lot of teams. Here, though, Arc City's going to come at you also in the running game with a hard, downhill, physical runner. Maybe a little mismatch for those smaller guys inside if they can have success running in the interior. That is kind of where everything starts for most teams. Take down that interior run, force them to the outside, and have success. But those small guys will be challenged.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Offense 101, establishing the run, and not just establishing the run anywhere, but establishing the inside run game. Because if you can run the ball inside on people, pretty much everything else takes care of itself. And most defenses, there's not a more demoralizing thing than a guy running it right up the gut on you down after down after down. So, yeah, it's going to be, the Arc City, they've got, some skills as far as the coaching staff. We haven't even talked about their coach, but he has all sorts of ties, he comes from a very successful coaching family. So they're going to be a group that is going to keep Buhler on their heels as far as from the X's and O's standpoint.
Well, winner of this game gets the winner of McPherson-Mulvane next Friday night in the second round. McPherson will be the heavy favorite there tonight. If they win, they are home. If Mulvane were to pull off the upset, the winner of our game would host Buhler, or Arc City would host next Friday night. So we'll see. More of our drive to the game coming up. We'll get some more keys. We'll get armored up. Coach Coles joins us. And thoughts of Coach Warner a little bit later on in the broadcast as well. Crusader football, the Midway Motors drive to the game. More right after this.
The Midway Motors drive to the game continues after this. Stay tuned for tonight's kickoff conditions. And Aaron West sits down for a pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
This is Derek Fees with APAC Kansas Shares Division. You know we do big projects, but we also want you to know we can help you with parking lots, driveways, and other projects at your home or business. Asphalt or concrete, we're here to help. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Hi, this is Serena from Midway Motors. To help fight breast cancer, Midway will be donating $50 for every vehicle sold during the month of October in hopes of raising $15,000. Visit midwaymotors.com to learn more.
If you're getting ready to buy or sell land, start a building project, or have a property line in question, call Alpha Land Surveys. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust Alpha Land Surveys. Call 728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
manufacturing facilities, warehouses, oil, fuel and water storage, grain elevators, product makers, rooftops, HVAC containment, refineries, garages, and more rely on the quality and integrity of WIFCO products. Go to WIFCOSP.com for more. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
And welcome back on our Midway Motors Drive to the game. Time to get armored up as we break down the Ark City Bulldogs with Coach Jason Coles. Coach, first of all, thoughts on practice this past week, how your guys on the defensive side of the ball responded, and obviously I'm sure ready to go for tonight.
Obviously, yeah, coming out of a loss, you always learn a lot, and whether it's in the beginning of the season or end of the season, you find things that you need to work on. I thought the kids responded well. They were definitely receptive, looking for what they need to improve on and what they can do better and how we can get better. And overall, I thought we had a good week of practice. Ark City does some different things that we haven't seen for a little while, and so that was something that we focused on a lot. Is looking at what they do that's different. Some of that new learning, and then back to fundamentals. And the kids, I think, responded in that area too. That doesn't matter how late in the season it is, you can always get fundamentally better.
Absolutely, you always preach the versatility of that 4-3 defense, and it would seem that'll come into play tonight. Is Ark City probably going to throw a little bit of everything at you, I would imagine?
Yeah, they'll go from a quads no-back set to a regular, what we call jiggy, a regular no-back set, to two backs, to they run a tight end about half the time, or about 2/3 of the time, but then they'll spread it out. So yeah, they run a wide variety of sets, a wide variety of different ways to attack. Running game is primarily a zone, inside outside zone approach. But they do it out of a lot of different sets. So, yeah, we're kind of getting ready for everything, I guess.
Just watching film, looks like a lot of yards after catch for their receivers. And so making sure that once those guys do catch the ball that they don't get too far away.
Right. They throw the ball 58% of the time, but, I told the kid that's a little bit misleading because over a third of their passes are to 1 and 3 zones, which are screen zones, which are behind the line of scrimmage. So they kind of use that as an extension of their running game. And that's something that we've done a really good job of, is running to the ball. The linebackers, DBs, linebackers, obviously, but the D-line too, getting down the line of scrimmage, taking away the cutback lanes. And it's part of that effort, like you said, the swarming the ball, getting as many people there as possible, getting a piece of the rock, and being there to celebrate with your buddies when good things happen.
Yeah, we saw how difficult, obviously, a veteran quarterback last week who runs well, tough to get a hold of. Get a freshman quarterback tonight who's played part of their games this year. Thoughts on getting to him and disrupting his game in the backfield?
Yeah, their backup was a freshman who's come in. He's a good athlete, tall kid, throws the ball pretty well. But, he is a freshman, so he's been kind of limited on what he's seen. It definitely took part of their offense away in the fact that the quarterback they had was kind of a stud. So, getting pressure on him, being fundamentally sound in our rush lanes, putting him in positions where he's not comfortable, definitely would help us defensively.
All right, Coach. Well, big night tonight. Hopefully guys go out, perform well, get a win, and thanks for your time.
That's definitely the plan. Thanks.
Absolutely. Coach Jason Coles with us, armored up. We've got more of our pregame right after this.
The weather is changing and fall is here. Holly with Holly Sweet Treats. Come try our new fall flavors and be sure to order your Halloween cookies, cupcakes, and autumn treats. Follow us on social media. Come see us at 205 South Main in Hutchinson or call 888-YUM to place your order today.
Dr. Ediger genuinely cares about his patients. He knows his stuff. He is easygoing and makes you feel really comfortable. It can sometimes be intimidating going to the dentist. He does everything he can to ease your worries, especially with the kids.
Hi, this is Dr. Corey Ediger, inviting you and your family to call me at 663-9136. That's 663-9136. Or stop by my office on East 30th to make an appointment today at Ediger Family Dental.
Where patients come first.
Neufeld's Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Ag 360 Insurance is an independent agency with 3 locations in central Kansas. Whether you need home, auto, farm, crop, commercial, or life insurance, we have options for you. Contact one of our agents for a quote today. We would love to have you become part of the Ag 360 family. Ag 360 Insurance, partners in your legacy.
Ag 360 Inman. Call Darren Eddy at 620-755-6023 or Cody Moores at 620-755-7779.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, a busy night across the Ad Astra Sports Network tonight. Marysville at Heston, Smoky Valley at Scott City, Mulvane at McPherson, Trinity Catholic, long trip to Plainville, Hillsborough at Kingman, St. Paul at Canton Galva. Keep you updated on scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. From regular teeth cleanings to advanced periodontal work, your hometown dentist is Buhler Dental Care. Online at BuhlerDentalCare.com. A cooler night, Malls, down there in the field. Football as that sunsets in front of us, and certainly a lot different than the start of the year.
Yeah, definitely a lot different, and it's been different since I got here. You know, in the last hour, it's cooled down quite a bit. 7-mile-an-hour wind. It feels like 59 down here on the field, and it's just going to cool down a little bit more. Expect a few sleeves from a couple kids trying to stay warm. Hopefully those are not a fumbling issue tonight. But overall, it's a beautiful Friday night for some playoff football.
And tonight's kickoff conditions brought to you by Neufeld's Flooring in Buhler, featuring one-of-a-kind flooring and accessories to pull your project together. Neufeld's Flooring, a few miles out of the city, light years out of the ordinary. Coach Warner joins us when we come back. Our Midway Motors drive to the game here on HKFM.
Prairie Bank of Kansas is always looking for ways to make banking more convenient, like e-statements. Eliminate the need to file your monthly statements. Now you can be notified the moment your statement is available and easily access it online. Sign up for e-statements online at prairiebankks.com or visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson. Prairie Bank of Kansas. How banking should be.
Hey fans, this is Rachel Nelson. It's game time and I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Spend your valuable time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning look, stop by I Need a Cleaners, 13th and Main in Hutchinson.
And back here on our Midway Motors drive to the game, time for pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. Coach, as we enter the playoffs tonight, kind of a clean slate for everybody. You start 0-0, and you got to win to move on. So a lot of motivation to go out there and get it done tonight.
Without a doubt, the kids are going to be ready to play. They know what's at stake. They've talked about not wanting to have a losing season, and that means a lot to them. So we're going to play very hard. And, I've been proud of this group even last week. Things weren't going well, but late in the game, we're watching our offensive line, and they're trying, and they're going 100 miles an hour. So it's not like it's a lack of effort, without a doubt.
You get an Arc City team that you haven't seen before, only played once previous back in the 80s. So once you get to this point, easier or not to have to prepare for a team that you've seen before versus one that you haven't?
Well, it really doesn't matter. We watch a lot of film. Each year, a new coach, different things change. But I feel like we're prepared. We feel good about our scheme, and now we've just got to go out and execute it.
Absolutely. Arc City, a young quarterback, maybe that works into your favor if you can get some pressure on him. They like to throw quite a bit, or they have here late in the season, so may see a little bit of everything.
I think we'll see a little bit of everything. They've got nothing to lose also, and the freshman quarterback came in week 5 because their senior quarterback got hurt, and the senior quarterback, without a doubt, was very dynamic and changed their offense a lot because they would run him a lot. He threw very, very well. And they put up 43 points against Winfield with him. And I felt like Winfield had a fairly decent defense. But the freshman is doing a nice job. He throws short routes really well. They don't go vertical near as much. And I just feel like with our pressure that we can get on the quarterbacks. I just don't feel like they're going to have time to go vertical. So we're going to definitely try to get after him.
You look at their record, only 2-6, but then you think about the tougher schedule that they play with 5 and 6A teams. And I think it was they were about this way a few years ago when they made a run to the state title game. So
I think they had the exact same record and made the state championship game. So the competition, I think, prepares them for the playoffs, and we've just got to be ready. They're big up front on both sides of the line. Our smaller linemen are going to have to, on offense, we're going to have to do our combo blocks and do them well. And defensive, it's a little bit better on defense because those smaller guys, those big guys have a real hard time blocking them, and I feel good about that. We have, 3 guys that can really, really move well on the defensive line, and we're going to have them going every which way but loose. But I think that's in our favor, and they've got some experienced guys that several of the guys I know that were sophomores that started for them, about 4 of them when they were in the championship game. So they've got experience, and we're just going to have to take all that away from them.
Always key to the game, being at the line of scrimmage, and you guys really struggled there last week against McPherson. How have your guys responded to that this week in practice?
We've had a great week of practice. I really feel like it's one of the best we've had. Nobody was happy after the McPherson game, and when you get whipped like that, it's not fun. But the kids came back with a great attitude, and our hard practices Tuesday and Wednesday were very, very good, and I think they're ready to go play. And we have erased that game from our mind. Let's go to work and let's get better, and let's try to keep that streak of long streak for the school and also for myself of not having to lose in the season.
Absolutely, Coach. Appreciate your time. Best of luck on the field, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
That's head coach Steve Warner, back with more of our pregame right after this.
Just ahead on the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, we'll preview other action around the league, and Chris gives you his 3 keys to victory. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Registration is open for Hutch Rec Youth basketball programs. Basketball is a great activity for growing children because it involves dribbling, throwing, catching, and pivoting, all of which help improve motor skills by using large muscle groups. But our main goal is to have fun. We have single grade leagues available from 1st through 6th grades. For more information or to register, stop by Hutch Rec downtown or visit hutchrec.com.
Sign up now at hutchrec.com.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here from Crusader Stadium, the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Our coverage of Crusader football this year brought to you in part by Sunflower Electric Supply, by Wayfand Insurance, Dix Phillips 66, by Buhler Dental Care, and by Schmidt Electric. Busy night in the league and, of course, in the state playoffs. Elsewhere, Goodland and Andale, Augusta and Andover Central, El Dorado at Coffeyville, Mulvane at McPherson, Winfield at Wellington, Rose Hill at Abilene, Independence at Circle, Clearwater at Rock Creek, Concordia at Collegiate. Any of those other matchups in the West that intrigue you? I'm interested to see how far this Wellington team can go. What is Wamego really made of? And how about Abilene, Rose Hill? I think that's an interesting matchup, too. How good is Abilene? Do we know?
Yeah, Abilene, I'm probably the most aware of that one because those two met up earlier in the year. Abilene hasn't had a home playoff game in quite some time, but, Rose Hill beat them earlier in the year. But, Wamego, they played a lot of different teams than everybody else, so it'll be interesting to see. They might be maybe a bit of a paper tiger, but we'll see if they're real if they continue on in the playoffs.
And how far at 6-2 can the Circle T-Birds go? Buhler came within an eyelash of beating them back in the early part of the season.
No doubt. Yeah, that's one of those things that Circles, anything they do, they're playing with house money with how rough things have been traditionally there.
Well, Buhler will be in their home black uniforms, black tops, black pants, the matte black helmets, and the maroon numerals tonight. Arc City with the white tops, purple pants, white helmets, and purple trim on the road here in Buhler tonight. And just like tonight's teams, I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Expert dry cleaning and professional shirt service. I Need a Cleaners in Hutchinson and Newton. It's where to take your clothes. We'll keep you updated on everything that's happening in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard tonight. Of course, as we mentioned, winner of this game gets Mulvane or McPherson. Next Friday, McPherson wins. It's no doubt that game is in Mac. Mulvane somehow, we can channel little Julian Myers energy tonight, and that game would be at either here or at Arc City. All right, our co-captains are headed toward the Big B here at midfield. Good crowd on hand tonight. Beautiful night for football at Crusader Stadium. Let's go down for the opening coin toss.
All right, gentlemen, welcome to tonight. I expect you guys to play with good sportsmanship, all right? My name is Craig Carlson. I'm the referee tonight. Your umpire tonight is James Gilbertson. Ark City, you are the visitors. I have a coin. Heads, tails. Tails, heads. What are you going to call? Heads. What did he say? It's kind of shitty. It is tails.
I got to go letting you do that.
You want to defer? You want the ball?
Yeah.
Correct. Which way do you want to kick? You want to defend that way, so put your back to that. So Buhler has won. Buhler won and deferred, correct? Buhler has won the toss.
All right, Buhler wins the toss. They will defer until the second half. And Christopher has a look at our keys to the game.
3 keys tonight. Number 3, limiting turnovers. We've got 25 on the year. We're negative 12 in that category, so hopefully Buhler can creep away and chip away at that differential there. Number 2, pressuring Pierce. He's been the starting quarterback since week 5. Just an interesting stack. Ark City's O-line average weight 250. Our D-line's average weight 160. So we're giving up 90 pounds a player up front. So we'll see if our speed can beat their size. And then bottom line, number 1 key tonight, the will. Whichever team wants to advance and advance that second round is going to be the team that walks out of here with a victory tonight.
All right, very good. Buhler's 4-3 defense. Talked about those younger, smaller guys at the tackles and Cash Carson and Chase Gentry, Brian Regier. Alex Lee's had a great year at defensive end with 64 tackles. Will Hanen, Matt Eddy will be without Braden Gentry in the middle of that defense at the Mike linebacker tonight. Secondary, Luca Gotti, Jeremy Gentry, Tavian Gilliam, and Bryce Ruda. Mitchell McDaniel has been in that mix as well this year. Of course, suffering from that ankle injury a couple of years ago. Back in some capacity tonight. Buhler's defense giving up 22 points a game with 13 takeaways so far on the season. And Jeff Neal will get set to punch it from the 40 toward the south end zone here on the opening night of the football playoffs, final Friday in October. Aaron West, Chris Shank, Carson Moeller with you, set to go with Crusader football here on KWHK Hutchinson. Ark City with a pair of guys back deep to return. And the kick is short and taken near midfield. And already we start with some very good field position for the Ark City Bulldogs near midfield.
Yeah, I didn't have a good look at it if it was a called onside or just a miss.
No, it looked like just a straight squib kick that he ended up just kicking, and it bounced right off the front line of Ark City. Luckily, Ark City got on top of it. Buhler had just a slight chance to recover.
So Ark City is going to have the football from their own 46-yard line. Great field position. Talked about Jordy Pierce, the freshman quarterback, 6'2", 170. Starts out of the shotgun with a back to his left play action pass near midfield. Right at the 50 and across the 50 to the 49-yard line. The pass and catch there for the receiver on the far side. And that is Caden Clark. We talked about the short passing game.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting because in order for the short passing game to work, your receivers have to block well on the edges. We'll see how well they block our DBs.
Second down and 5. Ark City going up tempo here, trying to get the ball to the outside with their tailback, who breaks out of a tackle, falls forward near the 45. This is Wyatt Boehm, a 5'11 senior, 185. He is a hard downhill runner. Forward progress up to the 46, picks up 2 yards, and that's going to set up a third down and 3, right hash mark for the Bulldogs, going left to right here. Talked about the size of that offensive line. Joe Thompson, David Metzinger, 240, 265 of the tackles, 220, 245 of the guards with Elijah Clark and Derek Swisher. Dylan Baker, the senior center, in the middle at 280. They'll keep it on the ground and rip down in the backfield in a great play. Speaking of size or lack thereof, Cash Carson gets to the backfield and brings Boehm down.
Yeah, great to see that speed beat the size right there as Carson dropped him for a loss, and we'll see if Ark City goes for it near midfield with a 4th and 5.
A loss of 2 yards back to the 48-yard line. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to set up to punt here, potentially. No, they're going to go for it. Play action, quarterback rolls out, pass caught, first down. This is Clark again across the 40 and gets lit up on the far sideline, driven out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. So they go for it on the 4th down, Little pass to Clark and gets the big yards after catch, but got hit hard at the end of that play.
Yeah, you're hearing the oohing and on from the crowd. It was Matt Eddy that just absolutely obliterated him over there on the Ark City sideline. But, yeah, Ark City went with the play action, quarterback, naked boots, and got the receiver wide open on the far side.
15 yards out of it. They work Pierce out of the gun again. With Bame to his left, they'll throw far side to Clark again. And targeted him all 3 attempts. 3 for 3 so far is Pierce in that passing game. Gets the ball across the 30 to the 29, pickup of 4 on first down.
Well, one of the unfortunate things about it being such a beautiful night, it actually benefits Ark City in their throwing game, because if it was a windy or wet night, it'd be hard to do what they're doing with all these quick passes.
Second down and 6, just underway, no score. 9:55 to go in the first. Pierce, empty backfield set, trips left, wants to throw over the middle. It is incomplete. Good coverage. Trying to thread the needle in the middle of the field to Trevor Pierce at the 10-yard line, incomplete.
That was a perfectly thrown ball. I don't know what he was signaling, that he got held or something, but yeah, you're nodding too down there, Carson. I mean, it hit him right in the hands.
Yeah, it was a great ball, and as you've noticed, most of the balls have been middle left. The left-handed quarterback, probably the first time we've seen that. So a little different for the defense to look at, a little different ball movement out of the hand.
9:48 to go in this first. Another third down. Ark City 3rd and 6 here from the Buhler 29. Pierce to throw over the middle. It is thrown behind, but caught by the receiver for a first down at the 16-yard line. That will move the chains for the Bulldogs. That time, Brody Terrell, the intended target.
Well, I've been really impressed. Ark City's receivers, good possession receivers. I mean, they're going to get the football and then being really secure with it once they're making their catches.
Well, so far the freshman 4 of 5. He has really improved here last couple of weeks after coming in for Ark City's injured starter. They go with an empty or a single back set, deep eye. And this is Bame on the ground, blown up and driven back across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Bulldogs with no time to get that play off, as Will Hanen was right there to bring Bame down.
Yeah, Buhler's doing a great job of getting pressure. I mean, when Ark City's trying to run it right at us, we're doing a great job of stuffing it. It basically has been their throwing game that's moved the football tonight for the Bulldogs.
Loss of 4 back to the 20, down to 8:52 to go in the first. Bulldogs going left to right, have a second down and 13, 4-down territory from the 20. They put Pierce out of the gun, 2 receivers right. They put the back, Bame in motion, and a screen pass to the near side. Bame gets to the edge, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and driven out of bounds near the pylon. The signal is touchdown, Ark City.
And it's a shame because Matt Eddy nearly had him for a stop on the swing pass here to the near side, but their offense is just trying to get the ball in playmakers' hands and get them to the edge and have them miss tackles, but their wide receivers blocking really well downfield for them.
8:34 to go in the first, and Ark City will get on the board first against this Buhler offense, or Buhler defense. That is just the 7th red zone touchdown they've given up this year. 8:34 left in the first. Caden Clark will come on for the extra point, and it is up and good. 7-0 Ark City. A 10-play, make it 9-play drive. They go 52 yards in 9 plays, lead 7-0. 8:34 to go in the first. Crusader football here on HKFM.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Hutchinson, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Sheila Metzger, agent at the Sheila Metzger Agency. Call me at 665-0400 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
This is Brian Anderson with Prairie Star Health Center. With more than 36 National Quality Awards and back-to-back National Quality Leader Awards, Prairie Star knows a thing or two about taking care of our patients. To learn more about Prairie Star's award-winning family medicine and each of our services, visit prairiestarhealth.org or schedule your appointment today by calling 620-663-8484. Because at Prairie Star, it's all about you.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here to Crusader Stadium, Ark City leading 7-0. Clark to kick off from the 40. And they will squib it, or onside kick try. Interesting call there by head coach Weimers. Buhler recovers in Arc City territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, so Buhler will have fantastic field position to start, and let's see if they can use it.
First quarter, 8:33 to go. Buhler from the Arc City 49. Jeff Neal, the junior quarterback. He started all 9 games now for the Crusaders this year. 47% completion for a touch over 1,000 yards. Buhler will start with that I formation. They'll put a wingback, Matt Eddy, in motion. And a handoff up the middle to the 45. Forward progress. Buhler loves that power running game as they get Mitchell McDaniel back. He looked good in the one game that he started at tailback, I believe the Augusta game.
Yeah, I was about to say, Aaron.
I missed it.
Yeah, it's the first time you got to see him run the football in live action, but no, he did a fantastic job in that first half of the Augusta game.
Gains 4 yards. Neal out of the shotgun here. 2 wings to the right. They'll stay on the ground with McDaniel, who finds a little sliver of a seam across the 40 on the far side and sneaks through to the 37. That'll move the chains for the Crusaders. Buhler offensively comes in averaging just a touch under 18 points a game. Talked about Matt Eddy in the backfield. Up front, tackles Ryland Parks, Blake Hageman, Brian Regier, Keaton Parsons at the guards, and Ty Goins, the center. Jeff Neal out of the gun. Receiver in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Jeff steps up, throws over the middle, hits the receiver in the hands at the 20-yard line. Down inside the 15. It's going to be a 1st and 10. And the catch there moves the chains for the Crusaders. It is Jeremy Gentry.
Great use of Matt Eddy as a decoy that time. He was the lone receiver split out to the far right side. They put him in motion. Obviously, anytime Matthew Eddy moves anywhere, a defense is going to key on him. They really sucked in on the jet sweep action, and the post route was wide open.
22 yards down to the 15. It'll be 1st and 10. Here's a pitch right, and McDaniel wrapped up by a leg in the backfield. A little scary there with that ankle injury. Anytime you got to a defensive lineman grabbing it at the lower leg, I certainly want to avoid any kind of injury there. It'd be a loss on the play. Back to the 17.
Yeah, Wyatt Baum did the old-fashioned bear trap tackle where he just got him by the foot and swung him down. So, yeah, good to see McDaniel pop up quickly.
I'll take care of the football tonight, Buhler, with the 25 turnovers. They come in minus 12 in that category. It'll be 2nd down and long. They'll keep it on the ground. McDaniel will get the lost yardage back to the 15, a gain of 2. Looking at a 3rd down and 10. Crusaders this year, 33% on 3rd down situations. Looking for their 13th red zone touchdown of the season, trailing 7-0 here. Arc City goes down the field, and Pierce looked good. 4 of 5 throwing the football in that first series for the Bulldogs. So 3rd and 10, 6:04 to go in the first. 16 of the play clock as they come to the line. Trips right, McDaniel to the left of the quarterback. Jeff eludes pressure, steps up in the pocket, and fumbles the football. It's going to be picked up by the Bulldogs. Return near side, 30, 35, and driven out of bounds near the 40. Indecision by the Buhler quarterback. I just got done talking about how this team has been bitten all year by turnovers, and it happens again.
Yeah, that's really a tough one for the Crusaders. The 26th turnover on the year for Buhler, and you see what it does to the momentum. Buhler had the ball in the red zone, had some momentum going the right way, and after that pickup, they get a good return, and Arc City's got the ball near midfield here for their 2nd possession of the night.
They're going to have it at their own 45. They started their first drive from their own 46, so just like that, Bulldogs back out there leading 7-0 on offense. Crusader football brought to you in part by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs, by I Need a Cleaners, Holly's Sweet Treats, by EPAC Shears, and by Alpha Land Surveys. Here is Pierce on 1st down, out of the gun, different tailback this time, running far side, not much there on the left side of the field. Cody Bruce, the junior, 6'1", 180, comes in, a flag down on the field near where the tackle was made.
Yeah, it's out on the far hash, and just with it on the edge, probably going to be a hold.
They will be holding against Arc City. First penalty on the Bulldogs tonight. Buhler is the team on the year, averaging 4.5 penalties a game. Their opponents have been penalized twice as much at 8 a game. First there, moves Arc City back to the 35-yard line.
So that's a huge penalty. Let's see if the Buhler Black Knight defense can capitalize on it, because now Arc City's got 1st and 20.
First down and 20. Pierce out of the gun. Empty backfield set. Throws high. Incomplete. Good coverage on the far side. Mitchell McDaniel with good coverage over there knocks the ball out of the hands of the intended target.
McDaniel did a good job of timing it just right. He was physical, hit the receiver right as the ball arrived and brought him down, so good coverage there by McDaniel.
Just the second miss by Pierce. Second time they've targeted Terrell in the game. 2nd down and 20. Far side hash mark of the 35-yard line. Pierce out of the gun, single back set. Scrambles to his right, being pressured, flushed out of that pocket, comes back across, throws at the 45. That is near the original line of scrimmage on this drive. The ball is caught. It's going to be 3rd and about 10 after a catch by tight end Hayden Lucas.
And Lucas is a big body, 6'3", 205. Gotti did a nice job of hitting him low, and so now they've got a 3rd and 10 since they had that penalty back on 1st down. So let's see if the Crusaders can force a 3 and out.
Arc City 1 of 2 in their first series on 3rd down. Bruce to the right of the quarterback, Pierce out of the shotgun. They've got 3 receivers to the far side, single receiver, one-on-one against Gilliam on the near side. Play action, quarterback being pressured, throws high and incomplete. Not a good throw that time by Pierce, looking for Caden Clark on the far side. I think he heard some footsteps, little pressure in the area, incomplete.
And great job by Gentry as he just walloped the receiver right as the ball arrived. So, I mean, the Buhler secondary doing a fantastic job of being physical out there.
Well, looks like Caden Clark is going to come on to punt the football away. Caden Clark, by the way, is a quarterback. He came in and replaced Welch when he got injured last year. So I don't know if there's a fake somewhere in that bag of tricks, but watch out. And Clark set up to punt from his own 35. The Black Knight defense holds here, trailing 7-0. Good kick by Clark. It is going to be fair caught by Matt Eddy at the 16-yard line. So Buhler will get the ball back on offense. 4:24 to go in a quick first quarter. Got all the way into the Arc City red zone on their first drive. And we've talked so much about turnovers this year. I mean, sometimes you got that name tag you can't get rid of, and that's been one for them.
Yep, but I was really impressed. The defense did a good job. The opponents had the ball near midfield. Black Knights held them. So let's see if Buhler, we're going to get a second opportunity to try to tie this game up.
Well, from their own 16, 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ball on the ground in McDaniel. Far side run up to the 21-yard line.
Actually, they ran Eddy that time.
That was Eddy, yes, excuse me.
Oh, it's easy to pull. You know, Aaron, they should have had numbers further apart than 21 and 22. Makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. Gain of 5 that time for Matt Eddy. Keep ahead of schedule or keep on schedule on down and distance. He'll be okay.
Yes, no doubt.
2nd and 5 from the 21. They stay in the I formation. Tight end lines up right side. 2 receivers to the right side. Jeff under center. Hands off. Far side run to the 30, 35, 40. And out of bounds near the 39. A Buhler first down.
Great run by Matt Eddy again. Must be alternating series, but he hit the hole with a big head of steam, made a couple guys miss, and one of the longest runs tonight so far for Buhler.
17 yards to actually mark Matt out at the 38. Right side hash mark. Buhler going right to left. Going to put Jeff out of the gun here. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. And Jeff will take the snap, looking, double clutches, throws, man caught at the 50. It's another Crusader first down. It's Owen Schmidt, the sophomore, 5'9", 145 on the near side into Bulldog territory at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, great catch. It was a swing route that time. Neal hesitated just for a moment because there was some defenders in the neighborhood, but delivered a good ball, and Schmidt with a good catch and run for the first down.
So Jeffrey 2 of 2. Clock still running, 2:52 to go in the first. 7-0 Arc City. Neal's going to be out of the gun here. Wingbacks right and left. They fake it to Eddy, give it to one of the wingbacks coming across in motion near side. And that is Luca Gotti, who runs up to the 41.
So that actually counts as a forward pass. So Neal stays perfect on the night, and they faked the misdirection there to the right and then gave to Gotti on the shovel pass going to the left.
Well, underhanded toss to Gotti for 5 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 5. Buhler back in Arc City territory. They come to the line. Plenty of time on this play clock. Going to keep the wings in there. Gotti to the near side. Eddy to the far side. Gazaway is the tailback to the right of Jeffrey Neal. The fullback is going to get the handoff. Hard inside run by the smaller Gazaway. Quicker, smaller than Gentry, gets that run across the 40 to the 38-yard line.
And I hate to take away from the action, but I have a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update that I think people will be really interested in. Mulvane is leading McPherson 6-0 with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
Good there for the Wildcats. Rematch there between those two. 3rd down and 2 at the 38. Buhler 0 for 1 on 3rd down in this half. Out of the eye, play action. Jeffrey rolling out to his right is going to keep it and run for the 1st down. Good decision.
Yeah, great decision by Neal to keep that time, as it was a run-pass option for him on the far side. There was enough green grass in front of him for him to just tuck it and put the head down and get the 1st down.
6 yards on that run by Jeffrey Neal. There have been times when we felt like he's forced something a little bit this year. It was great to keep that on the ground. Good job.
Yep, great decision.
So Buhler moves the chains here. 1st and 10, 32-yard line, right to left, out of the I formation. Matt Eddy getting the tailback responsibilities on this drive after McDaniel on the first drive. Forward progress across the 30 to the 29 for a gain of 3 yards. Just under a minute to go in this first quarter. Buhler going to have to snap the football one more time. There's about 9 seconds difference between the game clock and the play clock here. So 2nd down and 7 out of the I formation. Quick first quarter. Single receivers either side. This is Matt Eddy on a right side run. Breaks out of an ankle tackle near the 1st down stick. They'll mark him down at the 22. That'll move the chains. A gain of 7 there for Matt Eddy. Buhler staying on time, as we talked about, on down and distance, and looking very fluid on this drive.
Yeah, and great second effort that time by Matt Eddy, as he just knocked down a couple Arc City defenders that got in his way. That was just some grit and will there by the senior tailback.
All right, Buhler will not have to snap the ball again before the end of the first quarter. Arc City, the only score in that first 12 minutes on their opening drive. 7-0. The Bulldogs lead the Crusaders, the opening round of the 4A state playoffs here on HKFM.
One of the most important elements of success is knowing when to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver. And what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Advanced Physical Therapy of Hutchinson offers the most comprehensive physical therapy in the area. Our therapists at Advanced Physical Therapy are trained in multiple specialties such as women's health, dry needling, hand therapy, and orthopedics. If getting in to see your physician is difficult, Advanced Physical Therapy may be able to see you without a referral. We pride ourselves in one-on-one goal-oriented therapy to help reduce your pain and get back to doing the things you love. Call Advanced Physical Therapy or visit our website at aptclinics.com and see how we can help you live at your physical best.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, our coverage tonight live from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Online at AllenSamuelsHutch.com. Here's Jeff out of the gun on 1st and 10. Play action and throws it away out of the back of the end zone. He did have a receiver back there, but Luca Gotti in the area. Jeff being pressured, throws it away. It'll be 2nd down. Again, crediting the decision-making of Jeff Neal. Sometimes, instead of trying to make something out of nothing, you just got to live to find another down.
Yeah, that one, the pocket was starting to collapse, and so he did a nice job of stepping up in the pocket. And in that situation, if it's not a sure throw, just throw it out and throw it away, and that's exactly what he did.
2nd down and 10 from the 22, out of the eye. This is Matt Eddy with an inside run. Forward progress to the 20.
And that time, I mean, the Arc City defense not fooled. Every scouting report for Buhler this year is going to be key on number 22, and that's exactly what they did. Is they just enveloped him after about a 1-yard pickup.
Gain of 2 yards, third down and 8. Obviously in 4-down territory, you could have liked to try a field goal here, but certainly not going to punt the ball away from this position. Jeff under center, I formation, single receivers. Wants to pass, has a man. It is caught inside the 10. That is Luca Gotti at the 9-yard line and a first down.
Move them chains. Good to see the Crusaders pick up the first down and sets up a 1st and goal now for Buhler. And a great conversion there on a big 3rd down for Buhler.
11 yards to Luca Gotti. Jeff Neal is now 4 of 5 in the passing game. And Buhler 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. 11:15 to go. Here in this opening quarter, back to the eye. Jeff rolling out to his left this time, throws back across the middle, hot potato, and looking for a receiver in the back of the end zone. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, pass was intended for the tight end Skripsik, and the ball just a little bit of a wobbly one, but again, it's one of those throws that if you want to put it in a spot where only your receiver can make a play on it, that's exactly where it was at.
So 13th play of this drive coming up that started at Buhler's own 16-yard line. Ball sitting at the right hash mark of the 9. Buhler going left to right, 2nd quarter. They'll line up in the eye with Gazaway and Eddy behind Neal under center. And it is Matt Eddy's number they call, tackled from behind, shy of the 5-yard line at the 6, gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and goal from there.
Yeah, big nose guard Alicia Manning with the tackle that time. Really a high tackle as he slung Eddy down, so big 3rd and goal here for Buhler.
We got to figure if they don't get in the end zone on this play, tempted to go for it and not try and settle for the field goal here, being down a touchdown.
Yeah, no doubt.
We'll see what Coach Warner dials up. 3rd and goal at the 6. Jeff's out of the gun. Eddy to his right. 3 receivers to the left. And good time, good protection, almost picked off. Looking for the receiver. That was actually Matt Eddy, who was not in the backfield, but over there on the far side among those trips. Looked like he might have been late getting to the spot Jeff thought he was going to be at, and that ball almost picked off over the middle.
Yeah, luckily Caden Clark dropped it because it was right into his hands, and so Buhler will try the field goal try, and as they put the marker down at around the 14-yard line, so it'll be a 24-yard field goal here for Jeffrey Neal.
So Jeff Neal comes on 4 of 6 this year, 44 the long in his career.
And Buhler having trouble. One of the guys that's on the field goal unit, Tanner Brown.
And Logan Briner is going to set up to hold from the 13. So 23-yard attempt, and it is blocked and incomplete. And I just, in that situation, I'm not questioning Coach at all. He's certainly got years of experience and a record, but man, as just a competitor in me, I'm tempted to go for it on 3rd down, 4th down there, but you also have confidence in Jeff's leg that he can get it done. Unfortunately, 2nd straight drive where they get into the red zone and come up empty.
Yep, so the Black Knight defense is going to have to hold tough here and try to get the ball back for Buhler to have an opportunity to try to tie this game up. And that was one of those scenarios, too, where we were short one of the players for the field goal unit, and those are the type of things that really mess things up because as a kicker, you're trying to get everything ready, and the holder and the snapper, and just messes up the timing and just kind of everybody's feelings.
So Arc City from their own 20 leading 7-0. They started their opening drive with a score. Freshman Jordy Pierce out there, good size for a freshman. Halfback toss down the field, wide open at the 50. Tavian Gilliam trying to catch the receiver from behind, crossing to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Arc City. No flags on the field. And the toss down the field goes for 6. An 80-yard score, Trevor Pierce for Arkansas City.
Yeah, they went with the old tailback pass, and the Buhler secondary with all those short underneath routes really selling out to try to stop things up front. And the receiver was able to get behind, and it was an easy toss to the tailback and an easy throw downfield, and Arc City goes for blood right after the missed field goal.
So 10:08 to go here in the second. Now Buhler down a 2nd to score. And Caden Clark will come on. He was, by the way, a quarterback last year. I think I mentioned that. The one who tossed that ball downfield to Pierce, and he boots it through. 14-0. Park City leading. 10:08 to go in the first.
Tank hardware in the U.S. and Canada, and they're still growing. Apply today at wifcosp.com. Wifco Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Crusader football on HK.
They lead it to 14-0.
And this, I was going to say, this is a really critical juncture in this game because you drive down the field, don't get points for the second time being in the red zone with the missed field goal. They score off the play right there. It's going to be really critical for Buhler to bounce back here because there's a huge difference in football, especially the high school ranks being down 3 scores versus 2. So let's see if the Crusaders can try to cut it back to a 1-score game.
So they line up Caden Clark at tailback that time. Former quarterback with a halfback toss with a nice arm down the field to Pierce for the 80-yard score. Gilliam tried to catch him, could not. And now Clark with the high kick that drives Matt Eddy back to the 13. Little seam up the middle across the 20-25 and out of the Nearly picked off. Receiver holds on and has the first down. Defensive back that time going for the INT on the far side. Pierce again catches for the first down. Well, you look like the hero if you pick off that pass.
And so just tried to jump the route, but didn't secure the tackle. But a good catch there in traffic made by Ark City.
Another 1st and 10 at the 35. Ark City started this drive at their own 13. 6th play coming up with Pierce out of the gun. Play action, wants to throw over the middle. Tight end dropped at the 40. It's a big target.
Fella, but I tell you what, fantastic play made by Jeremy Gentry, the 6 foot, 160-pound sophomore.
Over there on the far side, the pass caught by Wyatt Bame, the tailback, typically. And the ball spotted as Bame went out of bounds at the Buhler 47-yard line.
Just ran a little slip screen over on the far sideline. He was able to make the catch and then scored upfield. Nice block made over on the far edge by the wideout for Ark City.
So that goes.
And they're so good at getting it out so quick, it really negates the quickness and swiftness of the Buhler pass rush.
Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12 near midfield. 5:38 to go. First half, 14-0 Ark City. Pierce out of the shotgun. Tailback Bame to his left. And Pierce being pressured, now goes back to the right. Breaks out of one tackle. And somehow, before he's brought down, is able to get the ball away. It'll be an incompletion as he broke away from one defender, and then as he was going down against a second, able to throw that ball away.
Yeah, he really showed some escapability that time as there was Buhler City by Trevor Pierce. A fantastic block thrown, and that's what helped him escape. I mean, on that screen pass, and tell you what, these Ark City receivers and backs, they can catch, and if they get it in space, they are dangerous.
5:06 to go here in the second. Ark City goes up a 3rd score on the 49-yard screen pass to Bame. And now Caden Clark will come on for the PAT.
Yeah, it was just one of those cases of Buhler had defenders in the area and just couldn't tackle and wrap up to bring him down.
Holder is David Gonzalez. Kick is up and good. 5:06 to go in the half. 21-0 Ark City here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
High school football scores tonight. One final in 8-man Division II. Canton galvanizing St. Paul 60-0. Trinity Catholic and Plainville tied up at 7 in 1A and 2A. Chaparral up on Halstead 8-7. Kingman leading Hillsboro 6-0 in 3A. Holcomb trailing Pratt now 13-7. Cheney over Hugoton 7-0. In 4A, Mulvane leads McPherson 6-0. Arkansas City up on Buhler by a score of 7-0. In a playout game tonight, Douglas a 14-0 lead on Lions. With your scoreboard update, I'm Lucky Kid.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
Is your team paying too much for health insurance? I'm Ashley McClure with IVP Benefits Consulting Group. As an independent agency, we represent every major carrier and can find your company the best rates available. Call me today at 620-904-7010 or go to ashliecannhelp.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth there in West Crochet, Carson Moeller. Ark City kicks off leading 21-0. This is Luca Gotti from the 8 and returns it up to the 23-yard line. Critical possession here for Buhler, trying to get some old mojo going on their side before the end of the half.
Yeah, got to find something right here because right there we had Ark City 3rd and long. They let him out of jail there with the screen pass, not just getting the first down but getting the touchdown. So, yeah, the offense has got to – they put together a couple good drives, twice in the red zone with no scores. Maybe this can be the drive that we get some payback.
World Series starting tonight. Houston home run taking an early lead over the Phillies. Now we've got a timeout called by Ark City. Timeouts this year brought to you by Pile Law. If you, a friend, or a family member have been the victim of an accident, Contact Pile On. Pile On Tom takes the time to evaluate your options. Well, our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard didn't take long for Canton Galva to dispatch of St. Paul tonight, 60-0.
Yeah, Canton Galva is one of the favorites to advance to the Division II state title in 8-man. And so congrats to the Eagles. And a couple other score updates from over on Kicks Country 106. Kingman shutting out Hillsboro 28-0. That early second quarter. Douglas over Lyons 21-0. And McPherson has tied things up in MAC with Mulvane 6-6 in the second.
1st and 10. Jeff to throw. In traffic, Matt Eddy. It's caught at the 45-yard line.
The slot spots and then just a nice little seam route over the middle. Well thrown ball. Good catch. And Buhler has a first down.
22 yards to the middle of the field at the 45. Buhler left to right. Jeff stays out of the gun, trips right. Buhler down to 3 scores. And Neal evading pressure, heaves it out of bounds, incomplete at the 40. You know, as grim as things look right now, if you get a touchdown, you're only down 2 scores at the half. You can come out with that first drive of the second half and make something happen. Then you're only down 1 score. That looks like a different game.
Yeah, Buhler's just got to try to find something to build off of.
Time. Jeff out of the gun. Again, trips to the right side. And they'll put it on the ground. This is McDaniel at tailback. And actually, it's Matt Eddy. I'm sorry. And no, it's Cruz Hirschberger.
Another one of those tailbacks that wears a 20 number.
Those 2 numbers. I apologize. I am all kinds of screwed up tonight. What'd you give me to?
There's something in that Powerade.
What'd you put in my Powerade?
Well, some life here on this drive, though. You were talking about it, Aaron. I mean, Buhler's just got to keep this momentum going and have some momentum going into the locker room.
I did not think that was Eddy. It was not. It was Hirschberger. 10 yards on the carry. Now Jeff to throw. In traffic, forward to the 39. It is caught. Receiver still on his feet across the 40 up to the 39.
That time was Matt Eddy.
That is Matt Eddy.
Yep, and they ran the slip screen Buhler this time, and Matt Eddy just would not be denied. He fought through about 3 tackles before they finally dropped him after he crossed the 40.
6 yards to the 39. 2nd down and 4. 3:25 to go before halftime. 21-0 Arc City. Buhler far side hash mark. Hirschberger stays in to the left of Jeff at tailback. Takes the snap. Neal wants to throw one-on-one. Looking for the near side receiver. It is caught inside the 15. First down. Guess who?
Anytime is any time. Great play made that time. Neal looked to his left to really draw the attention, then crossed back looking to his right. Dropped it over the top, and great throw and great catch there by Neal to Eddy. And Buhler is in the red zone for the 3rd time tonight. Hopefully this time we will not be denied.
Matt Eddy with a 22-yard catch and now a 26-yard catch on this drive. 1st and 10 at the 13 out of the eye. And now Eddy goes in at tailback and carries it across the 10. Forward progress down to the 9. So far this drive has all been Matt Eddy.
Yeah, that time they went with the crossbuck where they faked the fullback going left, give Eddy going to the right. And so he's inside the 10. The beautiful thing here, Buhler can get a first down without scoring.
Did have that one nice carry by Hirschberger on this drive. Eddy in the tailback position of the I formation this time. Right side run down to the 2-yard line.
So I'll set up
it's
a first and
7.
goal. First and goal now for the Crusaders. So now we talked about it, Aaron, having some momentum going to the locker room. Buhler's got to get 7 here and have some momentum going into the locker room. We will get the ball to open that 3rd quarter like you mentioned.
And I'm not in necessarily a big hurry here. Don't you want to use as much of this 2 minutes as you can? Buhler forward and down to the 1-yard line on a carry. I mean, maybe I'm crazy here, but you've got 4 downs. Don't give Arc City any time on the other side.
Yeah, because Arc City's shown their ability to score quickly. And I'm surprised Arc City's not using timeouts themselves. They still have 2 remaining. Buhler has all 3 remaining.
Yeah, down to 1:35 to go. 2nd and goal from the 1. 23 on the play clock as Buhler comes to the line. Gazaway and Eddy behind Neal in the eye. They have a third back there as well. It's Eddy on the right side. This time does sneak in for the Crusader touchdown.
Good to see Buhler get that after we've had the drought earlier in the game. So good to see the Crusaders cross the goal line and get it back with the made PAT to a 2-score game.
Well, for Matthew, that is his 4th rushing touchdown of the season to go with 5 receiving. 1:19 to play here in the half. Buhler gets on the scoreboard finally. On an 8-play drive, PAT is up and good. 8 plays from their own 23. Matt Eddy with a 1-yard touchdown run, 21-7. Crusader football here on HKFM.
Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Hutchinson, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Sheila Metzger, agent at the Sheila Metzger Agency. Call me at 665-0400 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
Crusader football on HKFM.
All our coverage this season tonight, part of the HCC Road to a Championship, presented by Nextech Wireless, brought to you in part by Allstate agent Andrew Parr, by Midwest Iron and Metal, Red Rock Auto Center, by The Medicine Shop, and by Edgar Family Dental. 8 plays, 77 yards, 1-yard touchdown run by Matt Eddy. Buhler had twice previously had the ball in the Ark City red zone and come up empty before that drive. Ark City will get the ball back with 1:19 to go in the half. And Jeff will squib it, taken short at the 28, return across the 35, and up to the 40-yard line. So Ark City will have 2 timeouts and 1:11 to work with. And they've already shown the ability to strike quickly tonight. Buhler's got to, those D-backs just got to keep the ball in front of them.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I mean, short stuff isn't going to hurt you. You just got to avoid the big play here. Ark City has 2 timeouts remaining, so they've got lots of options. And, the secondary's got to be on red alert here.
Bulldogs will come out of the huddle. Leading by 2 touchdowns. 21 unanswered to start the game. Here's Jordy Pierce out of the gun. Tailback is Bam to his left. Pressure off the edge. Good block. Catch at the 45-50. And out of bounds into Buhler territory at the 40-yard line. It is Clark again. Caden Clark's had a good first half. Move the chains now from the Buhler 40, 1st and 10, still 1:03 to go.
Yeah, it was an underneath drag route. There wasn't a defender with anywhere near Clark, and it was a good catch. Got out of bounds, preserved the clock, and they still got 63 seconds that Buhler's got to defend here.
20 yards on that pass. John Weimer's 7th year as head coach of Ark City. 2 different stints in that 7 years. Here's a sling over the middle, another first down at the 29. And despite being in coverage, Lucas, that time you talked about the target, he is really big tight end.
They've got some big tight ends that really are good possession receivers.
All right, play action on 1st and 10. Clark over the middle, flag out. Clark to the 20, 15, 10, 5, down to the 4-yard line. Likely that flag, though, thrown in the backfield oftentimes, Chris, that will be a holding.
Yeah, and Carson, you're seeing something down there as well.
Yeah, you want to talk about getting ahead, trying to give yourself an advantage. I'm watching the Ark City tight end, and he seems to be moving early just a little bit every play. We'll keep some tabs on it. It's happened the last 2 series, waiting for either the Buhler coaches to notify the officials or the officials to catch it. But something to kind of keep a tab on. Maybe the Buhler coaches have that in their back pocket to try to get on Ark City, but something that creates an advantage for the other team.
It'll be a holding penalty, a second penalty of the game on Ark City. 38 seconds to go. It's going to move the ball back to the 39. It'll be 1st and 10. Pierce out of the gun. 4 wide receivers in traffic. Hit as he throws. Ball is loose. and picked up by a Bulldog. Well, they call that an incomplete pass. That was his arm coming forward.
Yeah, finally the line judge on the far sideline signals an incomplete pass. But, yeah, just with the delayed whistle that time, you didn't know if it was going to be ruled a fumble or an incomplete pass. But, like I said, the line judge from the far sideline came flying in and signaled it incomplete.
Good pressure that time of the Black Knight defense. Stops the clock, 30 seconds to go. Second down and 20 from the 39. Huge penalty on this drive for Arc City, that holding call. Otherwise, they have first and goal. Pierce out of the gun, tailback to his right. Two receivers either side of the formation. Pierce to throw. One-on-one coverage, far side. Incomplete. Clark got hung up briefly on the route on the far side with Jeremy Gentry. Otherwise, he might have been in the house for 6.
Yeah, we got lucky that he got his head turned around wrong, or that would have been 6 because he got behind the Buhler defenders. But he was looking over his outside shoulder, and by the time he looked over his inside shoulder, the ball fell over his head.
Yeah, it made just a little bit of contact with Gentry on that route, spun the wrong way, and had to find the ball. By the time he located it, it was too late. Third down and 20 at the 39. 24 seconds to go in the half. Pierce again, and flag comes out. That'll be 5 more yards and move the ball back to the 44. Well, Arc City, any reason why they wouldn't take a couple more shots here? They want to avoid some kind of a disastrous turnover.
Yeah, they've got third in an eternity. The line to gain is clear inside the 20, so. But I have a feeling, I mean, they're going to keep slinging it until the clock runs out here.
Watch out for that screenplay. How Pierce steps up in the pocket tall, throws low at the 28-yard line. Incomplete. Hayden Lucas. I'll tell you, Pierce, just being a freshman, though, he's impressed me with his composure so far.
Yeah, he does not move like a freshman. He shows a lot of poise. And with how many, I mean, it'll be interesting to see the stats at the half. I mean, he has thrown the football around an incredible amount tonight, and they've been really good throws.
Timeout taken here. Arc City will burn their second timeout. Our timeouts this year brought to you in part by Pile Law. Pile Law, Tom takes the time to evaluate your options. If you, a friend or a family member, have been the victim of an accident, contact Pile Law. Coming up at halftime, we're going to talk with Buhler journalism teacher Sam Neal. Some of her kids putting out some great articles here in the last couple of weeks. You can view those online on the Heist Country, running at State tomorrow. And we'll go back to tomorrow night, our last night, where our soccer team, a couple of goals late, wins the regional final over Topeka Hayden. Rematch with McPherson coming up next week. Fourth down and 25 here for the Bulldogs. 18 seconds to go before halftime. And now really you do want to play prevent and not give up a cheap score.
Looks like they are going to punt.
Clark, watch for the fake here. Here it comes. Clark being pressured and just runs out of bounds. 10 seconds to go. Buhler's going to get the ball back.
Yeah, so they lined up like it was originally going to be. You had him short, then they dropped him back to normal punt distance, but then put him on the move. And Buhler defense do a nice job staying at home, runs him out of bounds for actually about a 1-yard loss. So Buhler has maybe 2 plays here left with all 3 timeouts remaining. So let's see if the Crusaders can try to make something happen here magically before the half.
I'll get the ball at their own 46 with 10 ticks on the clock, down 2 scores. Mitchell McDaniel is going to be the tailback here. Eddie, one of 3 receivers to the near side, single Crusader to the far side. 4 wide receivers. Jeff steps up in the pocket, throws, caught over the middle by Tavian Gilliam. And that is at the 42-yard line. See if Coach takes a timeout here. He will with 2 seconds on the clock.
It's good to see Gilliam make the catch there. He's one of the guys that will be back for Buhler next year, so good to see him make a catch and get some confidence.
Week other West first-round matchups tonight. Wamego is the 1 seed hosting Ulysses. They're the only undefeated team left in the 4A West. Rose Hill at Abilene, Winfield at Wellington, Augusta at Andover Central, Independence at Circle, and El Dorado at Coffeyville. So Buhler's going to have one final play here, barring a defensive penalty, with 2 seconds to go before the half. And a 1st and 10 at the circle 42. They'll go with trips right, single receiver left, Jeff out of the gun, McDaniel to his right. Time to throw, steps up in the pocket, and he heaves it. And this is going to be picked off in the end zone, and that will get us to halftime. So Jeff just trying to put it downfield and make a play, and nothing there, and that'll get us to halftime. Buhler down 2 scores. Now, we talked about it. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, and so if the offense can be successful, have a good start to the third, they're right back in this game.
Yeah, that first possession in the second half is really going to be critical for Buhler to try to claw their way back into this thing.
All right, our coverage tonight live from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Online at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Come by, let's be friends. 21-7, Ark City at the half. Our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report begins next on HKFM.
Tonight's coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Coming up, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll catch up with other coaches and athletes in This Week in Crusader Sports. 95.9 HKFM.
Get the latest 5G devices at Nextech Wireless. Now you can get the iPhone 14 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus on us, or up to $999 off any other device. And that's not all. You can also get half off a new Apple Watch when you bring your number to us. Nextech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Rod's Tire and Service. Are you tired of hearing we don't have any? Rod here at Rod's Tire and Service of Hillsboro. We've built up our tire inventory so that we probably have the tires you need in stock. We want to make sure when you come to Rod's Tire, you won't leave empty-handed.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
The right price for the right protection? It exists. Hi, I'm Andrew Parr, your Allstate agent in Hutchinson, and I can help you get the right protection for the right price. Contact me for a free quote. Call me today or stop by my office in Midtown Hutchinson at 13th and Main. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kathy from Midwest Iron, inviting you to help the environment and put a little cash in your pocket by bringing us your recyclable metals to 700 South Main and Hatch. Have questions? Give us a call at 620-662-0551. Midwest Iron, recycling for tomorrow's environment.
And back here at halftime tonight, opening night of the playoffs, second half between Buhler and Ark City. Coming up, we're going to talk a little journalism and find out what's happening in the classroom. Samantha Neal, who is all things journalism at Buhler High School. Thanks for some time.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, I thought it would be a good opportunity to highlight some of the work that your students have been doing. I know that you guys have started putting some stuff out on the web, so a little bit of where you're at in that process and how things are going.
Well, I want this opportunity that my students have, whether it's photojournalism or yearbook, or I've got a sports writing class, a 21st century journalism class. I want their work to be seen by others, and I think that it's got to be authentic. They've got to have an authentic audience if they're going to really produce their best work. And so I took over this department, 2 years ago, right in the middle of COVID. Yes. I accepted this job in February of 2020, and in March of 2020, the world shut down, and I kind of wondered, what did I do? I taught English 16 years prior to that, so I could probably recite some Romeo and Juliet for you if you'd like. But I just want what our kids are working on for them to see how it impacts those around them and the world outside of them. So that's really just been my focus as I teach them these skills, is how can they find value in what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is fantastic, helping them with real-life skills, prepare to have a little bit of understanding of what it's going to be like someday when they're looking for that job out on their own and have to rely on some of those things. I've enjoyed reading some of the pieces that you guys have put out there. I know there's some stuff on social media and the website. People want to follow your students in their work. Samantha, what's the best way to do that?
We probably starting next week are going to have the links on the Buhler High School website. We're in the process right now of figuring out the best next step, like purchasing a domain, or I've had to do a lot of like on the side learning. Like right now we're using Google Sites because it's free and it's easy for the kids to navigate, and I can easily share things with them. And once we purchase a domain, just kind of learning, like, does that automatically update it? Because right now it's nice to have things where we can look at it, edit it before it gets published. So we're working on some of that, but we will have links to that on the Buhler High School webpage, hopefully next week.
All right. Well, we look forward to it. Doing a fantastic job. Keep up the good work. And thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you.
That is journalism teacher Samantha Neal. Be looking for some of those links. Watch social media for some of that stuff as well, and just different ways to support our kids as they put their product out there. More of our halftime coming up right after this.
More of the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report is coming up after this. Prairie Bank of Kansas, your locally owned full-service bank since 1886. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Neufeld Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
The Kansas legal team at Pyle Law is dedicated to offering clients with personal injury claims competent and compassionate service. If you or a loved one was injured in a serious accident involving a motor vehicle, or a loved one suffered a wrongful death, we will inform you of your rights and walk you through the complicated process of seeking compensation for your personal injuries or loss. Call Pyle Law at 620-241-9000 to find out your options today.
Prairie Bank of Kansas is a local bank with local concerns. You'll find us in the heart of the community, helping wherever we're needed. We enjoy working with local schools to help promote activities like sports and extracurricular learning. We hope you support these valuable activities too. We'll be right here with you. Visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson, or check us out online at prairiebankks.com. Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
Allen Samuels & Hutch is proud to support our community and local businesses, and we promise to continue to do so. Follow us on Facebook and join in our weekly giveaways. Check out our website at allensamuelshutch.com for our new inventory arriving daily. And remember, Ladies' Day is every Tuesday for discounted oil changes, tire rotation, and a free car wash. Allen Samuels on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine and Hutch. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends."
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here at halftime, 21-7. Our phenomenal Crusader marching band here performing at halftime. Their show Valor. I'll update you on their performance season coming up here in just a bit. Ark City scoring first in this game on their first drive. 9 plays, 52 yards, and a 20-yard touchdown pass to the tailback. Bame made it 7-0 Buhler. First 2 trips to the red zone tonight, 0 for 2, including a missed field goal. Ark City, their second score came with 10:08 to go in the second quarter. A 23-yard pass, this time to Trevor Pierce. It's just a one-play drive on a halfback pass. One play, 80 yards, 14-0. Ark City would go up 21-0 on a screen pass to Bame. 5:06 to go in the half. And that one went for 49 yards to make it 21-0. Then Buhler finally on the scoreboard as they put together 8 plays, 77 yards, and a Matt Eddy 1-yard touchdown run. 21-7 at the half, and certainly we'll get the stats coming up, though. A couple of thoughts, fellas. First, on defense, our secondary's got to adjust in the second half.
Yeah, they got to adjust. You know, they played so well. We expect them to be back there We're rotating in Mitchell and Bryce, trying to keep some guys fresh. But the issue with the short passing game is how much space is in between. We've seen how shifty the Arc City wideouts are, and we got to come down a little harder after the catch. It's okay to keep everything in front of you. Got to be able to see it, which is how we got burnt on the dump double pass, is because we didn't keep everything in front. Now, as soon as the ball goes to throw, if that's your man, you have to get up and go tackle him. People will be behind you. Even if you slow him down, they will catch him. But we have to be able to wrap up in open field.
Good news is you come out with the ball to start the second half, you can score, you are right back in the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Getting one score out of this half really changes the dynamics, because if we were down 21-0 or down 28-7, it'd be a completely different ball game. But I cannot tell you how critical this first possession to open the third quarter is going to be.
All right, 21-0 here at the half. More of our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report is coming up.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. With kids back in school, that means fall flavors are returning to your Hutchinson Daylight Donuts. Bear claws, pine cones, pumpkin and apple spice cake donuts, and of course, all your favorite standards made fresh from scratch each morning. Order online and have them ready to pick up by going to HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. At 3rd and Main and 1435 East 30th, we're your Hutchinson Daylight Donuts.
Our kids have lots of reasons to celebrate. Before dropping your kid off at the party, create an exit plan to help make good choices. Talk with your child about what to do when faced with difficult decisions about alcohol. Come up with a plan together to avoid drinking, such as texting a code word to a family member or practicing how to say no thanks in a safe environment. For tips on how and when to begin the conversation, visit resources at riseupreno.org. Rise up, Reno.
Well, back here at Crusaders Stadium, our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Opening round of the 4A state playoffs tonight, where Buhler is 15-9 all-time. Second half with Arc City coming up here in just a bit. Here's a look at our This Week in Crusaders sports. Buhler cross country last Saturday swept regionals at McPherson. The boys were dominant, occupying 7 of the top 8 positions in the finishing order. Caden Lawrence was the individual champion with a time of 16:36.4. The girls placed 5 runners inside the top 10 in their win. Senior Taryn Horning led the way with a 5th place time of 21:27.4. It's on to state this Saturday in Wamego, where the boys are the 4-time defending state champions. The girls have put together their own string of top 4 finishes, including a championship in 2019. The boys race tomorrow at 10:35, the girls at 12:20. Make it 16 in a row for the Buhler soccer team. The 17-1 Crusaders have not dropped a match since September 6th. Buhler dominated Tuesday's first-round regional match with Care Paravel on Tuesday, winning 10-0. It was the Crusaders' 12th shutout this season. Thursday's regional final was a back-and-forth affair with Topeka Hayden. Hayden led 2-1 with just over 30 minutes remaining in regulation. A Jalen Cherry goal at the 8:46 mark tied the score at 2-2. Then 4 minutes later, with the score still tied, Cole Darling struck gold to put Buhler up for good. Up next, the state quarterfinals in a rematch with McPherson. Mac has gotten hot late in the year, winning 5 straight and 6 of 8 to reach the third round. Buhler won at McPherson on September 27th, 3-1. The rematch will happen in Buhler this Tuesday at 6. The Buhler Marching Band wrapped up a successful performance season with a 3rd-place overall finish at the Kansas Bandmasters Association Marching Championships. The Crusaders took first in the white division last Saturday, earning both high music and high percussion captions. And the JV and freshman teams each capped undefeated seasons last Monday with wins over McPherson. Both squads finished their 2022 campaigns at 7-0. Other scores from 4A and around the state coming up in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report rolls on here on HK-FM.
You're listening to the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Tonight's second half kickoff is coming up next. Join Aaron West and head coach Steve Warner Monday nights at 6:30 for the Crusader Coaches Show, 95.9 HKFM.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics. Please consider membership in our Booster Club to help support all students at Buhler High School. Follow the Buhler Booster Club and the Buhler Crusader Closet on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date. Thanks for the continued support of our generous donors.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
At Dix Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dix offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Each and every day, WIFCO Steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what WIFCO can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here at halftime, our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Tonight's coverage, part of the HCC Road to a Championship, presented by Next Tech Wireless. Plenty of other scores on the way here in just a moment. First, Chris has a look at your first half stats.
And we want to thank Ethan Rickard for sharing them with us as always. Always does a great job. Total offense at the half, closer than you might expect. Ark City with 272 yards, Buhler with 208 yards. Buhler averaging 6.1 yards a play, but Ark City averaging 9.4. Taking a look at the individual numbers now. First in the passing game, we got to get ahead here. Jordy Pierce, the freshman quarterback for Ark City, is 14 of 22 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caden Clark 1 for 1 for 93 yards and a touchdown on that long tailback pass. For Buhler, Jeffrey Neal is 10 of 15 for 127 yards, 1 INT. And then individual receiving yards for both squads. Trevor Pierce, the leading receiver tonight, 4 catches for 109 yards, a TD. Caden Clark, 6 catches for 68 yards. Wyatt Baum, 2 catches for 67. Both of those two gentlemen with a touchdown. Hayden Lucas with 2 catches for 21, and Brody Terrell, 1 catch for 13 for Buhler. No surprise, Matthew Eddy leading the charge in the receiving corps. 4 catches for 56 yards. Jeremy Gentry, 1 catch for 22. Luca Gotti, 2 catches for 16. Owen Schmidt, 1 catch for 16. Tavian Gilliam, 1 12-yard snag. And Brendan Skripsik with 1 5-yard snag. On the ground, leading rusher of the game, Matthew Eddy, 10 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Mitchell McDaniel, 5 carries for 13 yards. Cruz Hershberger had the 1 10-yard carry. Jeffrey Neal, 2 carries for 6. Nick Gazaway, 1 3-yard carry. Jordy Pierce, the only Bulldog in the first half with positive yards. He has 1 carry for 3 yards. Caden Clark and Wyatt Baum both have negative yardage on the ground individually. And just taking a look at a couple other stats, Buhler winning time of possession, 14.5 minutes to 8, nearly 9 minutes for Ark City. And really, those are kind of the other stats. Buhler actually with more first downs than Ark City in the first half, 13 first downs compared to 10.
A few scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard in the 4A West at halftime. Wamego leading Ulysses 42-8. Mulvane surprising Mac at halftime, 13-6. Abilene and Rose Hill. Abilene leading 10-6 in that game. Ark City, or rather Andover Central, at Augusta, 21-10 is the score at halftime of that game. Elsewhere, Scott City leading Smoky Valley 21-6, leading Holcomb 35-13. St. James in the 4A East leading Baser Linwood at the half 21-0. Bishop Carroll over Newton 31-3. Hoisington 14. Phillipsburg 12. Cheney leads Hugoton at the half. Kingman 35-0 over Hillsboro. And those are some other scores. 21-7. Ark City will kick off. Matt Eddy and Luca Gotti back at the 15 to return here to start half number 2 on KWHK Hutchinson. It is a short catch Fair caught by Matt Eddy at the 26-yard line as he runs up to catch the ball. Couple of keys, guys, second half. What do we got to see?
Score this drive. I mean, it is do or die time because Ark City, if we can score here, cut it to a one-score game, this entire game changes.
Yeah, you got to have a little heart, too. You got to believe in yourself. These guys have some momentum rolling after that score last drive. Use it right now.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Buhler will go left to right. Matt Eddy goes in motion. They fake in the jet sweep, handoff to the fullback on first down, right to left, and forward progress. Good run up to the 33-yard line. Tell you what, Nick Gasaway, fullback, when he's touched the ball limited these last couple of weeks, he's made some nice plays.
He has it. He has grown up so much. He's 5'10", 155 pounds, but just plays like a lot bigger back than what he's listed as.
Gain of 7 there, 2nd down and 3. They'll keep it on the ground this time. Tailback breaks free to the outside, 45-50, 45-40. This is Mitchell McDaniel into Ark City territory and down to the 20.
After a busted play, we were supposed to have one more extra blocker down there. Great to see Mitchell get out in space and use his shiftiness to find a hole.
34 yards for McDaniel, 1st and 10. Back on the ground. This time he'll be wrapped up in the backfield. A Bulldog right there behind the line of scrimmage at the 35. A loss of 2 on the play.
One of those inside linebackers, Turk Gressel, the wrestling tradition in Ark City.
Yeah, there was a time in the 90s when Ark City was, they could beat anybody in the state. 2nd and 12 now. And they'll go up the middle to the 30. Forward progress for McDaniel here to the 29. Yeah, you go back to the late.
So
you're a fullback. Gasaway with the carry. Yeah.
Very familiar with just the wrestling tradition over the years at Ark City. And, yeah, but Buhler got a drive going right now.
So out of the eye, Gasaway, McDack. Matt Eddy set up here at the 25. Coming in to knock the football away for Ark City was Trevor Pierce.
And it was just a great play made by Pierce. He timed it perfectly and batted the ball away right as it was delivered. Well thrown ball, but Pierce just made a play.
I think you got to go for it here on 4th down, don't you? 4th and 6, it's 29.
And it's a big, we talked about it, this is really a crucial series for Buhler. We've got to convert here, try to get this back to a one-score game.
Safely, they need to get up to the 23 for a 1st down. Jeff out of the gun, trips right. McDaniel stays in the backfield. Jeff in the pocket, throws incomplete near side. Low at the feet of Matt Eddy and a turnover on downs.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was an underthrown ball. I think maybe Skripsik might have been the intended target, but yeah, unfortunately, Buhler's going to turn over on downs. So Buhler had some momentum now since we didn't get the score on the first drive. Now defense is going to have to get the stop and not let them get any more separation.
Yeah, big drive here for the defense as well. We've been rotating guys in. Mitchell is going to start here at corner. Hopefully he's not super gassed, but we talked about during halftime, keep the ball in front, but we got to fly to the ball as soon as we know where it's going.
Bulldogs from their own 28 up 21-7, 10:01 to go in the 3rd. Jordy Pierce, the freshman quarterback, took over for the injured Gabe Welch mid-season. Out of the shotgun. Receiver in motion right to left. They'll throw one-on-one and a big catch. 50, 40, 35, 30, driven out of bounds. Just what we talked about. Caden Clark gets behind the defense and a big 1st down into Buhler territory.
Touchdown saving tackle made that time for Buhler on the far side. Still trying to see the number. It was Gentry that saved our bacon because that's a play earlier in the game that they probably would have scored on. But, yeah, Caden Clark
goes for 41.
Great catch, great run. They've got some really talented receivers. I don't know how in the world this team only has 2 wins. I don't know about you guys, but I just look across the board and there's physical tools, good athletes, both sides of the ball.
Pierce out of the gun. Get the ball there, just incomplete.
Yeah, it was right on his fingertips, and that would have been a Sports Center catch if he'd been able to haul it in, but luckily Gentry was there to kind of disrupt the route.
Pierce at the 20, slipped between 2 defenders but couldn't haul in the pass. Incomplete, stops the clock with 9:48 to go in the 3rd. Ark City leading 21-7. Buhler turns it over on 4th down of their first series of the 2nd half. Pierce out of the gun. Two receivers to the near side, including Clark in the slot. Jordy Pierce, just a freshman, 6'2", 170. Pressure off the edges, steps up in the pocket, dumps it off complete, tackled immediately is the receiver near the 28-yard line.
And just a little drag route over the middle. Buhler doing a good job of defending it. It was Matthew Eddy matching some of the size there with physicality.
Gain of just 3, tackled at the 29. And so 3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Bulldogs. Wonder if they're in full down territory. Out of the shotgun. Tailback to the right of the quarterback here. Still plenty of time, 20 on the play clock as Pierce backs up a step, low snap, able to take it, wants to throw, has time. Clark in the slot, upended, ball comes loose, incomplete pass at the 20-yard line. And the quarterback to the receiver there got a hit in the air. That was Burley Terrell as he tried to make the catch.
Great play made by Luca Gotti. He just completely took the legs out from underneath him right as the ball arrived.
Up 2 touchdowns, 9:02 to go in the 3rd. Pierce out of the gun, single receiver is Terrell to the near side. And they'll put a receiver across the formation in motion. They throw wide open, far side caught, 20, 15, 10. It's going to be 1st and goal. It is Caden Clark again on the catch. Buhler got caught that time with a receiver in motion, and nobody went out on the far edge to cover Clark.
Yeah, there's so much movement that Ark City does before the snap of the ball. It really forces your secondary to be thinking and reacting. Yeah, that time there wasn't anybody within the same neighborhood as Clark.
Goes for 19 yards. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at the 9-yard line. Receiver goes in motion, catches the pass into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Yeah, taking it in was Trevor Pierce this time. Just a little swing route to the right, and he was able to just tiptoe his way along the west sideline and score Ark City's 4th touchdown of the night.
8:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Ark City, their first score of the 2nd half. It takes some 5 plays to get in the end zone from their own 28-yard line.
Ark City in the swinging gate. They're going to go for 2.
And they'll snap it out to the near side and into the end zone. For the 2-point conversion is Cody Bruce. That is the first, I believe, I look at the stats. No, hold on, HKFM.
Salt in South Hutch, we're passionate about what we do and how we do it. That's because we're helping to improve.
Proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We are your experts for all your floor covering needs.
Much like going to the doctor for a physical, we can perform a physical on your vehicle. Hi, this is Steve. Welcome to the full service experience of Red Rock Auto Center. Allow us to do a complete physical on your vehicle to ensure its complete dependability. Whether preparing for holiday travel, batteries, or brakes, we are your locally owned, family owned, full service repair facility. Visit us today in South Hutchinson or go to redrockautocenter.com. Red Rock Auto Center. We're here when you need us.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, Caden Clark kicks the ball out of the end zone. Buhler will have it at their own 20. Down 29-7. They've moved the ball on offense quite well tonight. As a matter of fact, they just have very little to show for it.
Yeah, lots of empty yards, unfortunately, for Buhler with all the scoreless possessions.
From their own 20 out of the eye, this is the fullback. Gasaway across the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Another 8 yards. Nick Gasaway, who's looked good tonight. Crusader football brought to you in part by Prairie Bank of Kansas, Heston Bakery, by Erickson Custom Building, and by Idea Tech.
And Nick Gasaway is one of those kids. I've known him forever. He goes to my church, and man, he's just grown. I remember him being a little kid running around church, and now he's a big fullback running it for Buhler.
His younger brother, Ben, the Crusaders able to fall on it. Recovered by Brian Regier. The PHMS 8th grade group that won the league title in cross country. Well, a near disastrous play there for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that time Cody Bruce was brought on a blitz. They have him lined up in the linebacking core, and I mean, he just pretty much came through untouched and hit Neal right as he was making the handoff.
So 3rd down and 8 here, 7:10 to go in the third. 29-7 Arc City. Jeff out of the gun. All kinds of pressure. Screen pass to McDaniel. Caught. 25-30. First down and a first down.
And that screen play worked because Keaton Parsons delivered a huge block that time. We talked about the H&R block of the game, and that one was spot on, Carson.
Yeah, screen passes always determine on can you get the ball to the running back, and can the running back get 1 or 2 blocks. Great job by Keaton getting his first chip and the second one to free Mitchell.
1st and 10 at the 32. McDaniel, hard yards on the ground, forward just shy of the 35-yard line. Just like a great block on the field, the pros at H&R Block provide the help you need at the biggest possible refund. Find the tax prep option for you with H&R Block.
Well, we just got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update from our sister station, KMCP. McPherson has tied Mulvane now with 8:20 left to go in the third, 13 all.
2nd down and 7. McDaniel got 3 yards on that first down run. Jeff throws near side, caught. Here a first down stick at the 42, and out of bounds is Skripczyk. Brendan Skripczyk, sophomore tight end, with a haul in and move the chains at the 42.
He's a big body, 6'3", 200 pounds. Good to see him on that drag route, making the catch and getting the first down for Buhler.
Went out of bounds. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Buhler left to right here in this third quarter. Jeff steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run, has some open field. Slides down at the 50 after a gain of about 8. On first down, it'll be 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, it was the outside linebacker, Logan Tyler, that hit Neal just shy of the line to gain. They've got to get across the 50 to the 48, and Buhler's got about 3 yards to go here on 2nd down.
Marked him down, the knee down at the 49, right hash mark. Jeff under center, I formation, Gazaway and McDaniel. McDaniel, the tailback, gets the handoff, slung to the turf, but not before a first down into Arc City territory at the 44-yard line. Well, it's that point in the game where we talked about those empty yards for Buhler. That can't keep happening. They've got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, with
that pump fakes, now throws over the middle, wide open. Pass dropped at the 35-yard line. Will stop the clock here. 2nd down coming up. And it was a rare drop, too.
Yeah, Skripczyk hit him right in the hands. And if you were watching on the Crusader Sports Network, it looked like Skripczyk just took his eyes off ever so slight right at the last minute.
Yeah, you get excited when you have a little bit of space.
1-on-1, far side, looking for Eddie. Almost a brilliant catch, but I think he's going to get some help from the official on the far side for his effort, potentially pass interference on that play near the 20.
Yeah, Brody Terrell was all sorts of 30.
He still almost made a great catch on that play.
He did. I mean, Eddie's one of those guys that's just so good in hand-to-hand combat, and that's literally what was happening between him and Terrell there. Just wasn't quite able to hold on.
Ball down to the 29, 1st and 10. Buhler looking for their second score. They stay in the I formation. It is McDaniel at the 25.
That was just a great open field tackle made there for Arc City.
I'm going to actually mark his knee down at the 26. To tell you what, just a sophomore, McDaniel, I'm excited about him running next year. I think he's going to be a really nice addition to the lineage of tailbacks the Crusaders have had.
Yeah, that's going to be a false start on Buhler as Skripczyk went early.
And it's just the first penalty on Buhler tonight, so a lot of things have not gone their way. First penalty, pick 6 for McPherson, and they now take the lead 20-13.
Yeah, I was reading it was a pick 6 that helped put Mac on top.
So 2 unanswered scores to start the second half here. Buhler's back to the 31 on 2nd down and long. Jeff hit as he throws, and it's picked off at the 15-yard line. Intercepted for McPherson. Pierce returns it to the 50, 45-40, 35. Great return after the INT. Second pick Jeff has thrown tonight. It is Trevor Pierce.
And touchdown saving tackle made by Mitchell McDaniel. I mean, he could have almost taken it. We were just talking about the pick 6 up in Mac, and Pierce almost took it back if not for Mitchell McDaniel's Herculean effort there to try to save it. And but the unfortunate thing is Buhler had some momentum going, and now Arc City has a chance to really salt this thing away with under 4 to go here in the third.
And our K-State, Oklahoma State, people anxious about news on Adrian Martinez, the quarterback, for K-State. Will he be able to play? Boy, Big 12 quarterbacks is, here we go. Arc City going to hand off on the 1st and 10. Far side Bame. And gets forward up to the 16-yard line, lulling that defense to sleep. Snapped it real quick, and off they go.
Yep, slung a little swing pass over there to Bame, and Bame, one of those guys, they've just got a lot of playmakers that if they get the ball in space, they can.
Down the 16-yard line. Right hash mark. It is Pierce under center this time. Receivers, 2 of them, bunched to the left side. They'll put 1 in motion. That is Clark. And Bame, actually not in the backfield now. That is Cody Bruce. I think Pierce had pressure coming. Pierce was scrambling. He's like, here, you get tackled. And he tucked it to Bruce.
It was a unique formation. They had him real back. He was about 10 yards back. And Buhler had 3 D linemen just pour through the line. And so, I mean, Bruce really got just popped the instant the handoff was handed to him.
Tackle back of the 22. A loss of 6, second down in the 16. Pierce out of the gun, 4 wide receivers. Yeah, literally it's like, hey, buddy, here, quick, you get tackled. Flushed him the ball. Now they'll take the snap. 15 on the play clock. And dump it off to the 15. Quarterback keeps it to the 14-yard line.
I believe that was a called quarterback draw.
Elusive in the backfield, but really not run the football.
Well, with them having lost their starting quarterback earlier in the year, they're probably trying to limit his carries. But
quarterback draw to the 14, so they get the penalty yardage back, the lost yardage on the previous play and a little bit more. Third down at 8 from the 14.
Yeah, they're back within the red zone. They can get a first down without scoring.
29-7, minute 36 to go in the third. They dump it off to Clark, who comes in motion, a receiver in the backfield. This is Caden Clark to the left side and gets up to the 13-yard line, only a gain of 1.
If you're Arc City, I have no idea what their field goal kicking unit's been like, but
Clark is that guy. He's pretty good.
But they are not subbing in. Well, let's see. Nobody's bringing a tee onto the field. Or actually, no, a tee is coming in, so they are going to try the field goal here.
Well, they went for the 2-point conversion on the previous score, and so a field goal would tack on 3 more for Caden Clark. 46 seconds to go in the third. 32-7 Arc City here on HKFM.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. With kids back in school, that means fall flavors are returning to your Hutchinson Daylight Donuts. Bear claws, pine cones, pumpkin and apple spice cake donuts, and of course, all your favorite standards made fresh from scratch each morning. Order online and have them ready to pick up by going to HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. At 3rd and Main and 1435 East 30th, we're your Hutchinson Daylight Donuts.
Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for your orthopedic needs. Now seeing physical therapy patients at Sterling College as well as our location in Hutchinson, enhancing the quality of your life and helping you return to the activities you love. Visit Summit online at summitks.com or call 620-665-7766 to make your consultation appointment. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for exceptional health care.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Here we go with the kickoff. Arc City after the 30-yard field goal. Matt Eddy's going to take it at the 10, far side 20, and he'll be returned up to the 24. Well, it is got to the point of being critical here now for the Crusaders, who've turned the ball over twice tonight, have not a lot to show for moving the ball on almost every drive tonight.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, down as many scores with how much time is left, it's just a matter of, do you want to end the year with a whimper, or do you want to end it with a little bit of momentum and kind of playing for pride at this point?
From their own 24, out of the I formation. Inside handoff to the fullback, 30, 35, and Up to the 38-yard line. Well, no matter what happens tonight, 2 takeaways from this season for me. Number one, just the injuries that this team has had to overcome this year. Second is these sophomores and how they've stepped up. They should have been playing on the JV team, to be frankly honest, this year.
I can't tell you a year that this many sophomores played this much on varsity.
Here's Jeff out of the gun on first down. It's picked off. This time it is Brody Terrell. Ark City with a 3rd takeaway.
Yeah, the 3rd pick tonight thrown for Neal.
Yeah, 3rd IUT.
Yep, 4th overall turnover for Buhler, and so the turnover bug just continues to haunt Buhler. That's now the 29th turnover of the season.
That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. 32-7, 12 minutes to go here on HKFL.
Randy Gotti with the Buhler Booster Club. Please consider membership in our Booster Club to support all students at Buhler High School. Follow the Buhler Booster Club and the Buhler Crusader Closet on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date with new arrivals and activity schedules.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Ag 360 Insurance is an independent agency with 3 locations in central Kansas. Whether you need home, auto, farm, crop, commercial, or life insurance, we have options for you. Contact one of our agents for a quote today. We would love to have you become part of the Ag 360 family. Ag 360 Insurance, partners in your legacy.
Ag 360 Inman. Call Darren Eddy at 620-755-6023 or Cody Moores at 620-755-7779.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, Ark City's going to have it after a 3rd Jeff Neal INT to start the 4th quarter. From the Buhler 38-yard line, leading 32-7. This game is starting to look like the one did last week. And this is Cody Bruce running to the near side. Shoved out of bounds at the 41. Loses. They're going to mark him out at the 39. He loses a yard on the play. Well, I want to wish our cross-country team good luck in Wamego tomorrow. Girls and boys. Boys so dominant in regional. 7 Buhler runners in the top 8 in that McPherson Regional last Saturday. And looking for their 5th straight state championship this weekend.
Been pretty incredible.
Out of the gun, Pierce. Far side run. And Bruce driven out of bounds again. Forward progress up to the 36 and a gain of 3. Our soccer team will play here Tuesday night. I want to encourage everybody to come out and fill up the stands. Soccer home against McPherson in the quarterfinals on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Winner will advance on to the state tournament next weekend in DeSoto. 32-7. RE and driven out of bounds. It's going to be shy of the first down to gain. 4th down and about 3 as they mark him out at the 29. At the 31.
Yeah, there's a lot of good happening for a lot of the other fall sports here at Buhler.
Soccer, by the way, has won 16 straight, only the 1 loss. They have 12 shutout wins this year. They have just been fantastic. Coach Branson Felty, who is set to be hitched, coming up. Under center, play action again. Pierce to throw, and it is batted incomplete at the 15-yard line, and a turnover on. So 34 to go in the 4th. Buhler's going to get it back. So, what would that be like if Buhler could somehow win a title? Happy wedding present, Coach.
Yes, and I believe Coach Randall Rank is going to be maybe possibly helping to coach the boys because Coach Felty's going to be unavailable because of his wedding.
That's what I heard. That's Saturday, right? Next Saturday?
Yes.
Is that it? Now, who scheduled that? Buhler's going to run it here as they take over on downs.
I think it's McDaniel.
Yeah.
All right, injury timeout taken here. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation Sports Performance. Schedule your free consultation at summitks.com. The Summit, together for exceptional health care. It's got to be that ankle that's not 100%. Now he's up walking off under his own power. Crusader football this season brought to you in part by H&R Block, by Ray & Sons Roofing, Sheila Metzger Agency, by Advanced Physical Therapy, and by Hutch-Rec. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be, I mean, I know that family comes first, but if they do make that state title game, that'll move the chains up to the 48. We've seen a little bit out of Skripczyk tonight.
Yeah, good to see Brendan going upstairs, climbing the ladder, getting that catch, especially after a drop here a while back. So good to see him bounce back with the catch there.
Goes for 22 yards and a first down, 10:56 to go in the game. 32-7 Arc City. Buhler out of the eye. Single receivers either side. Jeff wants to throw again. Outside route. Luca Gotti comes back to the ball and makes the catch. Another first down up to the 34-yard line. Move the sticks again with a gain of 14.
Hey, good to see Buhler having a little sense of urgency here, down as many scores as we are. Good to see the guys out there trying to do some damage quickly to Arc City here.
Luca Gotti, one of those seniors, started the year injured. And broken finger. Jeff to pass again. Looking for Eddie on the far side. Trying to leap up and make it. Spectacular catch at the 20 and a ball thrown high, incomplete. It'll stop the clock with 10:38 to go.
Yeah, it was one of those balls that Matt Eddy, and we don't say that very much.
Matt Eddy is senior. First and 10 at the 34. This is the fullback Gazaway. You know, the thing I like about Gazaway is that initial burst of speed that he has for a fullback. 5'10", 155, a sophomore. Forward to the 30. I mean, really more than
gusto.
Ball at the left hash mark of the 30. Buhler going right to left here. 10:08 to go in the game. 2nd and 6.
Makes me think of Mr. Wolf back in the day.
Mr. Wolf. Out of the I formation. 2 receivers right side. Pressure. Screen pass. And it is, I believe, Hirschberger who makes the catch. And up to.
It's funny how everybody has their own running style, and when I watch Gazaway, it just reminds me of Dakota Wolf.
Yeah, you didn't want to be in Dakota Wolf's way.
He was a little bit of do-everything guy. 4th down and 1. Buhler's going to go for it here with 9:28 to go in the game. From the right hash mark, 2 receivers left side. And Jeff under center takes the snap from Goins. Wants to pass, screen pass again. Caught. Boy, it's going to be awfully close. Ooh. Depends on the spot here.
And thankfully there's the line judge here on the near side signaling first down.
Yeah, the hard thing is we've given him a fit. They brought him out for a couple of plays. Now Hirschberger will come back in. And what a tough kid.
Yeah, he's playing with not a flat tire, but a tire with a leak.
First down at the 24. They go for it and convert on 4th down. They'll stay in the eye. Hirschberger now in at tailback. Right side run. Gets across the 20 and up to the 19. So interesting here. Freshmen go undefeated, including a win over Andale. JV go undefeated. We talk about all the sophomores on varsity. I know it's a down year, some lighter numbers, but I think that's going to go the other way. And I really do think that coach is going to have some options the next couple of years with a lot of different guys that could help this offense.
No doubt. There's some kids with some quickness, some toughness, all the right moves.
Here's an in-around run for Jeff Neal. Now he cuts back up the middle. And the quarterback run play forward to the 12-yard line. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10.
Yeah, just did the bootleg to the left, and Neal was able to scamper for the first down, and Buhler has the chance to, they can get a first down without scoring, which is a great spot to be at on the field.
Jeff to pass, looking in the back of the end zone, incomplete. Stops the clock with 7:54 to go. Yeah, you talk about the JV team going undefeated, and we talk about a lot of the JV guys that are up playing varsity because of injuries and things, and so I know that, people kind of wrinkle their nose at you when you toot your horn about, hey, our JV, our freshmen were undefeated. But I do think that spells good things for the future.
So. Oh, yeah. No, that is the farm system, and how those teams fare really kind of can help you project what you got coming up the pipeline.
And how about those second-grade Crusaders? I hear they're pretty good. Third grade.
Yes.
1st and 10 at the 12. It's a fullback carry for Gazaway, forward to the 5-yard line. First down, stick at the 2, looking at third down and about 3 here.
Yeah, that's the thing. You talk about those grade school kids. I mean, it goes by fast. The senior class this year, I've been with them for 10 years, just watching them play over the years. And, there's a lot of kids right now that playing some of the last minutes of football here for Buhler High.
Here is Hirschberger diving toward the end zone, going to be stopped shy at the goal line. Give him the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal with 7:19 to play.
Luckily, that was one of those fumbles where it maybe came out with the knees down, but luckily he was able to land right on top of it.
Yeah, ball snuck out right there at the end. Will Hanen's going to check in here. As Gazaway comes out, Gotti comes out. 7:03 to go in the game. 32-7, 1st and goal. Ark City trying to make another one of those miraculous runs. They started the playoffs 2 years ago at 2-6, went all the way to the title game. 3 backs behind Jeff. Tailback stuffed in the backfield for a loss, back to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Buhler went with the loaded set with the eye where you have the offset super back in the backfield, and Ark City snuffed that one for a couple-yard loss.
We're talking about college football in the Big 12. How about all the injured quarterbacks in the Big 12 this year? My goodness.
It's all TCU.
KU, K-State, Oklahoma. They'll stack them 3 deep in the backfield again on 2nd and goal. Jeff Neal on a quarterback run, and he's going to be stuffed for a loss back to the 11-yard line. So they've backed up 10 yards in 2 plays, and it's going to be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, this Ark City defense has really bowed their necks here to drive Buhler back. 2 successive plays of lost yardage here.
Yeah, TCU is now in the driver's seat. In the Big 12. 3rd and goal here. Jeff to pass, and that's got to be a flag. Oh my gosh. They're not going to call it as Eddie got tripped up.
And he was
incomplete and 4th down.
Eddie was dealing with double coverage over here on the near sideline, and
Jaden Deister tripped him up.
So Buhler not bringing. Let's see if they do bring the field goal unit on, or if Buhler goes for it. Coach Warner's going to send into play with Bryce Ruda here. So Buhler 4th and goal from the 11.
5:32 to go in the game. Can you believe it? College basketball starts next week. That's insane. 4th and goal at the 11. Jeff out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Throw over the middle, tipped, and it is. Did he catch it in the end zone? Is it picked off? It is a INT in the end zone. The ball was tipped in the air. And an Ark City defensive back, I believe that was Gage Borer, who got underneath it. Jeff Neal's 4th INT thrown tonight.
Yeah, 5th turnover for Buhler tonight. That now makes 30 on the season.
5:26 to go in the game. Ark City's going to win this one. And they will get either McPherson or Mulvane next week. Mulvane led that game at the half. 2 unanswered scores. Last we heard in the 3rd quarter, won a pick 6 for McPherson. If the Pups win, that game would be at Mac. If Mulvane were to win, the game would be at Ark City. Ark City from their own 20, 1st and 10. Well, Coach Warner's never had a losing season here at Buhler. I don't know that he's had one in his career. And here is Cody Bruce on a far side run. Of course, came here from Liberal, long time, the head coach at Marysville.
And, of course, a long, long time ago, over at Burton.
Yeah. I have to ask you, but he had a stop before Marysville, in between Burton and Marysville. Might have been Burlingame, somewhere like that. Burlington. It was a B. He's been to a lot of Bs.
Yeah.
Second and 4 here after a 6-yard run on first down.
And Ark City starting to wisely burn the play clock down before they snap it. Trying to run this thing out.
Coach who came here in 2006, far side run. This is Bruce, tackled at the 28.
Matt Eddy in on the stop for Buhler.
2 yards shy of the first down. This team's going to come back, though. I'm going to believe in this program and these young kids and the heart they've shown this year.
And with all the youngsters getting all the varsity time they've gotten this year, there's going to be a lot of experience returning.
Typically, that's, between your sophomore and junior years, that's when you're going to have some of your most growth.
Alex Lee with the big quarterback sack.
3rd down and 2, and Lee gets the quarterback back at the 22-yard line. Boy, you talk about a guy who has waited his turn, and Alex Lee finally got it as a senior, and I think he's been fantastic this year.
Yeah, and a great young man, just somebody that multi-talented kid, but a guy that just gives you great effort. Got to see him play since 2nd grade, and yeah, he's a kid that just every down has a great motor and great heart.
And Ark City's going to get delay of game here, I believe.
False start.
No, they call it a false start. That'll be the Bulldogs' 5th penalty tonight. 3:06 to go. And the false start, it'll be 4th and 13. Look for a punt here. Kalen Clark is in the game, back at his own 6-yard line. Gets it away with the right leg. Matt Eddy's going to get away from it. It bounces near the 45 and rolls to the 40-yard line.
Some score updates on the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Mack now pulling ahead of Mulvane 34-13. So it looks like Ark City will be heading to McPherson next week. And Hutch getting some separation from Liberal. They now lead the Redskins 28-7. And Kingman over on Kicks Country 106 has ended Hillsborough's season and stays undefeated, beating the Trojans 49-7.
Basketball starts first Friday in December, and I believe that first game is at Nickerson.
Yes.
That'll be a emotional night with the start of Ava Jones' senior year. And runs here on the first down, running free up the middle into Ark City territory. That is Nick Gazaway. Across the 45, 40, and up to the 39-yard line. I like this kid. Another big run for Gazaway. 1st and 10, out of the eye. Jeff to throw, 2:35 to go in the game. Trying to get Eddy on the outside, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and Austin Rogers getting in some receiver action now. One of those other seniors for Buhler. Want to make sure we talk about some of these seniors playing their waning moments for Buhler High here.
Oh, and Schmidt comes in. Gazaway will come out. Not a big senior class this year.
The senior class been riddled with injuries. Just seeing Gavin Patton down there on the sidelines. He's one of those seniors that when he went down really kind of changed the composure of the team.
Pass far side in the 40-yard line to Matt Eddy. Catches 35-30, close to the first down stick and driven down at the 29. I believe he's going to be a yard shy of that first down stick. 3rd down and 1 coming up with 2:11 to go.
Matt Eddy, the consummate warrior, still battling. Plays just as hard being down 32-7 as if he was up 32-7 or if this thing was tied.
He mentioned Rogers, Ruda, Gotti. So happy for Luka to get a chance this year and had to fight through that finger injury at the beginning of the year. 3rd and 1 here with the clock running, minute 49 to go. Out of the gun, they'll hand it off. And a first down run up to the 25.
Cruz Hirschberger there on the carry for Buhler.
Hirschberger again. Matt Eddy, Gavin Patton, Trace Ward. Talk about a guy who has just suffered one injury after another. Here's a throw on first down. It's caught by Rogers. Near side at the 15, near another first down.
It's a good catch there by the senior Austin Rogers.
Alex Leland, Ryland Parks getting the start up on the line this year. Brian Regier, boy, what a fantastic young man. And mentioned Ryland Parks, those are the seniors. Jeff to throw. Ball batted at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Clock stops with 1:03 to go in the game. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 15.
Yeah, ball was tipped that time by Ark City's Darius Stanley, one of the D linemen.
Plainville has gone back in front of Trinity Catholic now in their game, 17-14 in the fourth quarter. Our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard, thanks to Buhler Dental Care all year long for helping to provide us with score updates. 2nd down and 10 from the 15. Jeff to throw, far side. And that is Skripczyk, the tight end, in space at the 10, down to about the 6-yard line. About a yard shy of a first down. And Coach Warner's going to call timeout here.
Yeah, Buhler ran a tight end screen that time, just kind of snuck Skripczyk over on the left-hand side. Well-run play and nearly got the first down.
Busy time of year with all the football playoffs. Our HCC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless. Our timeouts this year brought to you by Pile Law, where Tom takes the time to evaluate your options. If you, a friend, or a family member have been the victim of an accident, contact Pile Law. Can't believe 9 weeks of the season have gone by so fast. And then we're getting ready for basketball, my friend.
Yeah, going to be winter sports here before we know it.
Yes.
And it's been a fall of fantastic weather. You think about it, some falls you have a lot of nights of just rough fall weather, but it's been really a beautiful fall.
Girls basketball, I'm excited to see how much progress that freshman group has made from last year. 3rd down run, trying to get to the 5 and the first down stick. I don't know if they got enough. 44 seconds to go in the game. Cruz Hirschberger on the carry, stopped at the 6. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
Clock rolling, 35 seconds left, and for Buhler right now, they're playing for pride, trying to get one more score here in tonight's game.
And unfortunately for the guys team, it's how do you replace, as they'll go for it on 4th and 1, straight ahead run. They'll get the first down on the keeper by Neal to the 4-yard line. So 1st and goal here, 20 seconds to go. How do you replace both the offense and defense of Jack Vogt?
Yeah,
that is going to be a monumental effort.
He was such a special player, just such a battler. Really played an instrumental role in beating McPherson this year for the first time since when I was in high school.
Beat him twice.
Yes, and he's a huge void filling his spot.
Well, he and Ricker made a nice inside-outside combo. And
They did. So, but it's just like if he graduated, you got to replace people. Every team's got to be reborn and rebuilt every year.
Tough thing is finding that size inside. All right, 1st and goal at the 4, 20 seconds to go. Buhler down to 1 timeout of the game, 32-7. 2 wingbacks to the left. They fake the handoff to the left. Jeff rolls out right. Ball tipped and out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. 2nd and goal with 14 seconds to go.
With Buhler throwing on that down, maybe we'll have probably 2 plays left if they throw here on 2nd down. If they run it, that'll probably be the last play of the game. Actually, with still having 1 timeout left, there'll be two plays left.
Wrestling, a new coach there. Of course, the post-Sam Elliott era who won everything.
I bet the other kids in his weight class all across the state are happy he graduated.
Yeah. 2nd and goal at the 4 here. Jeff out of the gun. Looking to throw. And incomplete again. 9 seconds, 1 play left.
I want to tell a little Sam Elliott story. He came and spoke to our 3rd grade team before we played Hutch this year. And I told the team, I said, see this kid right here? When you guys are grandparents, he'll probably still have the rushing record at Buhler. So he got a good chuckle out of that.
Yeah.
Such a nice young man and somebody that just represented Buhler so well. Like so many of these kids out here, seniors, playing the last 8 seconds of their high school football career right here.
3rd and goal at the 4. Jeff to throw. Did he catch it at the goal line? Incomplete. And I don't know that the clock ever started.
Well, we'll take that hometown cooking on the clock, so Buhler's going to have one
4th
last
and goal,
time.
4 seconds to go. Hey, he's going to have a lot of wrestling records. I think it'll stand for a long time, too.
Yes. Well, 4 seconds left. Let's see if the Crusaders can get across that goal line one final time.
Good luck to Coach Shane DeWeese and the boys swim team. They'll get back in the pool, and of course bowling going on too. 4th and goal, last play of the game. They swing it out to the tailback, diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders, as time expires in the 4th quarter.
Cruz Hirschberger with the reception, and Buhler will score, and I believe they won't try. There's no PAT because it's the end of the game. So, yeah, Buhler will not get a chance to try to get one last point on the board, but the season ends with at least a touchdown.
So Cruz Hirschberger gets in the end zone.
That was the end of our ball game this evening.
And that will get us to the end of play here tonight at the end of the season. First time since 2005, Buhler will finish with a losing record. First time ever for Coach Warner. And Arc City, they're dangerous. Now, I think they're, let me say this. Buhler only has 13 points on the scoreboard tonight, but they put up a ton of yards. That would be my question mark about Arc City, would be their defense. That offense, they can play.
They got a lot of weapons, and I tell you, I think what will happen in that MAC Arc City game, a lot of it's going to be dictated by weather. If it's bad weather, that's benefit McPherson. If it's good weather like tonight, I think that thing could be a shootout.
All right, 32-13 is the final. Buhler will finish their year, as we mentioned, at 4-5. Arc City now 3-6, and heading on to the second round coming up next Friday night. Crusader Locker Room Show coming up. Final stats, we'll hear from Coach. Final analysis and a lot of scores on the way just ahead here. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Crusader Locker Room Show. On the way, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's game. And we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. At Buhler Dental Care, we have great registered hygienists to help schedule your family for convenience. You will receive high-quality dental care and build a positive relationship with our experienced staff in a pleasant and reassuring atmosphere. We like to have some fun with you and get to know you while you spend time with us. So be sure to give us a call at 620-543-2768 or email us at drdalDDS@gmail.com. Buhler Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
From finding that perfect car for college, switching to the minivan life, or finally getting your dream ride, Midway Motors is ready to help. Stop by one of our 6 locations across central Kansas or learn more at midwaymotors.com. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
Hi, this is Buhler head football coach Steve Warner. If you'd like to stay connected with what's going on within our program, I'd like to invite you to sign up for the Buhler Football Weekly Roundtable. It's a newsletter emailed weekly to Buhler High School football supporters. To sign up for the Football Weekly Roundtable, just send an email to crusadersrt@gmail.com. That's crusadersrt@gmail.com.
At Dix Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dix offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, welcome back here on Crusader Locker Room Show. Big thank you to our Crusader Sports Boosters all season long. People's Bank and Trust, Rise Up Reno Prevention Network, our rising star of the game coming up. Prairie Star Health Center by Hutchinson Community College and by Fee Insurance. Not at all the way we wanted things to go for our Crusaders tonight, but it's kind of been the theme of the year where just turnovers, the inability to finish drives offensively, and then when they've come up against teams with talented wide receivers, we've just not been able to contain that passing attack.
Yeah, it's been tough on the secondary, and we talked about there's the limited reps that fall into that, but into this season you hate to see your DBs get burnt and miss open field tackles. So the good part about that is most of these guys are coming back. You lose two really key DBs, Luca Gotti at safety. Bryce Ruda played a lot this year, but that means you return a whole lot and you get a healthy Mitchell McDaniel back. So you expect them to build on this. I know the Buhler coaches this summer will be making sure that they've watched their film on how to correct stuff. And these players, they're not trying to get burnt. These guys are guys that want it, and they're hungry for it. So I know it's next step mentality now. For right now, the next year has already started for these guys. So they want to get better, and they're going to start working at that as soon as possible.
Some of it, too, you talk about Ark City had a couple of, in Clark and Pierce, very talented wide receivers. And these are guys and sophomores, especially in that secondary, still developing. They played freshman football last year. To go from that to guarding seniors at the varsity level is a huge leap. And it's easy, it's easy to say, hey, do it this way. But when you're going against those veteran guys, that's a tall order.
Yeah, I mean, the leap from freshman football to varsity is huge. I mean, there's a giant jump between the two. But, no, they definitely got better as the year went on. And, somebody that you guys didn't mention yet, but like Jeremy Gentry. I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am to see him come back.
Tough.
He does. It plays so aggressive. And that was really the thing that Buhler, early in the year, we kind of got shell-shocked and we got off to the rough start, but the secondary got better. And big thing, I felt like, just got more physical. I mean, our physicality improved immensely. And tonight's game wasn't a matter of lack of effort. I mean, this Ark City team was good. And, again, I think it's a testament to how good their strength of schedule was, because the fact that they only won 2 games coming into tonight, that Ark City team did not look like a 2-win team tonight. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that every year you were talking about in basketball, a team has to be reborn and rebuilt. And so, you want to thank the seniors for their efforts. And, just kind of the Pits this year, I just feel bad for the senior class just with the amount of injuries that they dealt with, a lot of adversity. And, when you have a couple seniors that, they're standing in street clothes or crutches at the end of the year, it's not how anybody wants to win their high school football career. And, yeah, the injuries just really, really decimated the senior class.
Yeah, some years you can get through, I think of last year, really got through without hardly any injuries at all. And then you have a year where you just, every game it's somebody.
Yeah, and I mean, right now you're looking back on, hey, what could we have done better? And, they did well with what they had. You hate to see it. I played 3 years with these guys. I practiced against them. I ran scout team with them. And so I look and I feel bad because there was so much that could have been different and helped them. But I'm really pleased, and I think all the coaching staff and their parents and everybody should be with how well they gave it everything they had when they came out here and played to the best of their ability. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but they made up. They fought well, and they turned it around. They very easily could have laid down and died 3 games in.
And those injuries actually started first game of the year with not a senior, but their best offensive lineman, Bodie Redenbaugh. So that kind of set the tone for what was to come. A lot of things to figure out in the offseason. You got to figure they're going to get better. I like a healthy Mitchell McDaniel at tailback. And this is going to be interesting for Coach, because Braden Gentry is going to come back and he's going to be healthy, and he'll have a monster year next year defensively.
Oh, yeah.
But I like Hathaway at fullback just from a little extra versatility. I think Coach is going to have some options to mix and match some guys next year.
There's going to be some certain packages that are ran with both of those, or one or the other. He came out and said, hey, I'm here, and I want to get some more reps touching the ball, and that's great to see, especially in your last game going into next year.
Absolutely. Hard fought to win for Ark City tonight. Talented with those receivers, a lot of yards after the catch. I think I mentioned it to you in the broadcast. I was impressed for a freshman with the composure of their quarterback.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you talk about, I mean, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. I mean, because, Jordy Pierce did not play like a freshman. Great composure, took care of the football, and really did a great job of distributing it tonight for Ark City.
All right, we're going to get Coach on the line to get his final thoughts. Coach, you and I have been in a few of these situations where you don't end the season you want. I know coaching staff takes it hard, kids take it hard, but fighting hard right there to the very end and get the touchdown at the end of the game, and love to see those kids not give up.
Yep, I agree. And I just didn't feel like they were that much better of a team than we were. We just didn't finish in drives that we should have finished. And yeah, that part's frustrating. I'm proud of the kids for the way they fought. I'm proud of the kids from when we were 0-3 and they won 4 in a row. And then the seniors just mentioned how much they love Buhler football and the pride they have in the program. And that showed by we could have folded. We could have laid down. We could have, not played hard, and they continued to keep fighting and putting us in a situation to host, the first round of the playoffs.
Coach, a couple of things that just plagued you all year long. Turnovers, we talked a lot about that. Another one is injuries. And, there's no rhyme or reason to why some years you don't have any, and then other years you have a ton. And unfortunately for you guys, this was one of those years where it's tough to keep guys healthy on the field.
We've never had this many injuries, ever. And probably in my career, you have injuries, but not season-ending. And, it started game 1 with Bodie, and it just continued. And I don't think we had any major other than Mitchell re-injuring his injury, I don't think we had any major injuries tonight. And, young kids stepped up. Cruz stepped up, had a good game, ran hard, blocked well. Just everybody kept stepping up. And, Nick played very well. He blocked well, and he ran well. So I was, we're excited about the future for our young kids.
Yeah, absolutely. You pull this group of sophomores up, what should have been JV starters for you this year, to be quite honest. You pull them up, and and they really answered for you.
Well, they really did. They fought hard, and they've worked hard. But you're right. We had a bunch of kids that should be playing JV, and when you start 5 sophomores on defense, that you're going to make some mistakes. There's better athletes that are seniors because they're bigger, faster, and stronger because of their age. And this is just be great for the future, but I saved it for these seniors.
Yeah, absolutely. Finish it with that senior class, and highlighted by just a number of guys that waited their turn. You talk about an Alex Lee or a Matt Eddy or a Gavin Patton. We could go on down the list. Luca Gotti. Guys that had to wait their turn behind a big senior class ahead of them, and certainly played with a lot of heart this year.
They did, without a doubt. I'm very proud of our seniors.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time as always, and thanks for checking in with us. I know tough conversation to have. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
Thank you.
That is head coach
Bye-bye.
Steve Warner. Never you never want to be the first guy to talk to a coach after a loss. It's kind of funny. I was talking with some of our journalism kids this week, and they're trying to write more on sports and do some things. And one of them commented, "Yeah, but you never be the first guy to coach Warner after a loss." As, you learn from that.
Well, and the other thing too, as a coach and as a player, the last game of the season, only one team in 4A gets in the season on a win, and it's a state champion. And so as a coach, that there's a high probability that you're going to end the year with a loss. And so that last loss of the season, there's a lot of emotions because especially I know when I was coaching, all those seniors, and just that group of people is never going to be all together working for one thing ever again. And so you kind of get sentimental. You think about for the seniors that got hurt or just what happened throughout the season, what might have been. And, after that last game of the season, there's just a lot of emotion because you've been working year-round for this, and to then have it come to a close and not the way you wanted it to close out.
Well, it's tough for those kids. We talked about that huge senior class ahead of them, which in one sense is a blessing. Another sense, nobody else gets to play. Yeah. And, delays maybe in some cases the development of those guys behind them. So.
Yeah, there's been some massive senior classes for quite some time. I mean, it's been kind of back-to-back years. It seems like we're just monster classes. But, it's one of those that, tough way to end the year. But it's one of those things. The good thing is the seniors can all feel good about the fact that they laid it on the line and gave it everything they had.
Well, we had Bo Van Bruggen was at the game tonight. We tried to find his helmet and sneak him on the field, but
yeah, I think Hayes is going to want him back here pretty soon.
Yeah, they might not appreciate that, huh?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hard-fought game, tough loss tonight, tough way to end the season for our Crusaders as they go down 2 defeat to 32-13. Arc City will move on, likely to play at McPherson next Friday night. We'll come back with final stats and more right after this, our Crusader Locker Room Show here on HKFM.
More of the Crusader Locker Room Show is next. Stay tuned as we name tonight's play and player of the game. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. 95.9 HKFM.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics. Please consider membership in our Booster Club to help support all students at Buhler High School. Follow the Buhler Booster Club and the Buhler Crusader Closet on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date. Thanks for the continued support of our generous donors.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Hey fans, this is Rachel Nelson. It's game time and I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Spend your valuable time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning look, stop by I Need a Cleaners, 13th and Main in Hutchinson.
Allen Samuels and Hutch is proud to support our community and local businesses, and we promise to continue to do so. Follow us on Facebook and join in our weekly giveaways. Check out our website at allensamuelshutch.com for our new inventory arriving daily. And remember, Ladies' Day is every Tuesday for discounted oil changes, tire rotation, and a free car wash. Allen Samuels on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine and Hutch. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends."
Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Crusader football on HKFM.
All right, welcome back here as we wrap things up tonight from Crusader Stadium. Crusader football here on HKFM, brought to you in part by Morton Salt, by IVB Benefits Consulting at Astra Virtual Academy, by Inman Funeral Home, and by Summit Surgical. Christopher, let's take a look at those final stats.
Again, want to thank Ethan Ricker again for hooking us up with these. And let me get caught up to where I'm seeing the end game stats. So, okay, so final numbers tonight. So Buhler wins in total offense tonight. Buhler with 423 yards of total offense compared to Ark City's 369. Ark City averages 8 yards per play compared to Buhler's 5.2. We'll get into the individual numbers first for the passing game here. Sorry, I got to get to the right slide here. Holy cow. Sorry, guys.
We might have to bring up the JV here.
Well, I tell you, the text. Here I'm thanking him, and I cannot see the text, so I'm just going to have to go the overall passing numbers, so it's not going to be broke down. But Ark City throws for 369 yards. They go 22 of 33. All of those are by the freshman quarterback, Jordy Pierce, except for the one tailback pass.
They did have the one tailback pass.
Yep, so 22 of 33 for 369 for Buhler. Jeffrey Neal goes 20 of 39 for 214 yards. Individual receiving yards for Ark City, Caden Clark, 10 catches for 131 yards, a touchdown. Trevor Pierce, 5 catches for 118, 2 TDs. Wyatt Baum, 3 catches for 81 yards and a TD. And then a couple other guys with a few catches for Buhler. Leading receiver tonight, no surprise, Matthew Eddy, 5 catches for 65 yards. Brennan Skripsik, second leading receiver, 4 catches for 39. Luca Gotti, the senior, in his final night as a Crusader, 3 catches for 30 yards. Jeremy Gentry, 1 catch for 22. Owen Schmidt, 1 catch for 16. Tavian Gilliam, 1 catch for 12. Mitchell McDaniel, 2 catches for 11. And Austin Rogers in his final night as a Crusader, 1 catch for 10 yards. On the ground, leading rusher tonight of the entire game, Nick Gasway, 8 carries for 70 yards. Mitchell McDaniel, 11 carries for 61. Matthew Eddy, his final night as a Crusader, 10 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Cruz Hirschberger, 6 carries for 22 yards. And Jeffrey Neal, 7 carries for 7 yards. For Ark City, paltry numbers. Jordy Pierce, 3 carries for 5. Cody Bruce, 5 carries for 4. And then Caden Clark and Wyatt Baum both finished with negative yardage. And just taking a look at some of the other stats, Buhler dominating time of possession tonight. We almost doubled up Ark City in time of possession with over 30 minutes holding the ball compared to 16 for Ark City. And first down-wise tonight, Buhler 29 first downs compared to Ark City's 14. But it comes in a loss tonight for the Crusaders.
Well, our Phillip stat of the game, Dick's Phillip 66. Phillip on gasoline, snacks, and more. It's Dick's Phillip 66. Fourth and Stevens and Hutch, 369 total yards for Ark City. What did you say, yards per play? Were they up at 8?
Yes, they're 8 yards per play.
Wow.
And, yeah, that's tough to overcome.
Absolutely. 369 yards passing. And almost, you talked about the rushing numbers, almost all of it in passing.
Yeah,
it's insane.
They finished the night on the ground. Let me see if I don't have that individual stat, missing that, but I can get in here.
Ark City came in 60-40, pass to run.
It's not that tonight.
They finished exactly even in rushing yards tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
0 rushing yards, but 369 in the air. Interesting. Well, our rising star of the game, brought to you by Rise Up Reno Prevention Network. Tonight's rising star of the game brought to you by Rise Up Reno, working to strengthen families and promote healthy behaviors. Rise Up Reno. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Well, I mean,
you're pointing at me. It means you either have a thought or
a score.
You're gonna.
I did want to give you a score, and then we can get to thoughts.
I thought he either had a thought or he was going to tell me I was wrong. One of the two.
No. Just unfortunately, just got a sad final for Reno County. Plainville in overtime defeats Trinity Catholic 23-17. So
the Plainville Cardinals.
Yes, hometown of Jared Casey. I was talking about that to our play-by-play guys, and one of them didn't know who that was. I was asking them if they'd seen the Jared Casey statue, but
they need to go back and watch the Texas game from last year.
Yes.
I think he got Applebee's sponsorships and everything.
Yeah,
living large. But yeah, sorry to get distracted there, Aaron.
All right, thoughts on player of the game?
I really liked. Nick Gasaway leading the game in rushing. I thought that every single guy out there for the senior class in Buhler went out and fought like nobody's business. So I
hard not to give it to the seniors on their last game.
Yep, because that's something too. Because the senior class, when it's been a rough year, things haven't gone the way you've expected it to. Sometimes seniors check out.
Yeah.
And you're down there on the sideline, Carson. You could tell every single senior tonight, none of them were checked out.
No.
They were all engaged. They were battling. Nobody was pouting. And that just says a lot about the character about these young men.
Yeah, and Coach Warner talked about a little bit of pride. That name on the front of their chest meant something to them. And as somebody who's been through that program, it still means something to me. It's great to see that those guys, just because their record or just because the outcome looks like this, they didn't give up and they fought to the last second and scored. And that's something that you want to see, and then you'll pass that on to those sophomores. Those sophomores are going to get a lot of playing time, and if you can influence them with the way you play your last game, your last season, and they can come into next year with that, they're going to be a scary team, especially when they're healthy.
All right, we'll come back. Our final break, final scores, and we'll wrap up our broadcast right after this. The Crusader Locker Room Show, 32-13, Arc City wins it here on HKFM.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
Manufacturing facilities, warehouses, oil, fuel and water storage, grain elevators, product makers, rooftops, HVAC containment, refineries, garages, and more rely on the quality and integrity of WIFCO products. Go to WIFCOSP.com for more. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
Hey guys, how's practice going?
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away and you're only 4 years old.
Papa, how long before we can hit the ball over the fence?
Boys, it's not always about home runs. It's about teamwork and always getting better. Ray Riffing's been around for 83 years and we still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So, Papa, it's going to take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan. You'll be good long before that. Just keep working hard. Most of all, have fun.
Let's go hit some baseballs and get some ice cream.
Okay, boys, let's go.
Riff the right way, the Ray way.
The weather is changing and fall is here. Holly with Holly Sweet Treats. Come try our new fall flavors and be sure to order your Halloween cookies, cupcakes, and autumn treats. Follow us on social media. Come see us at 205 South Main in Hutchinson or call 888-YUM to place your order today.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. At H&R Block, help is here. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
Stop by H&R Block in Lyons, Ellsworth, or Hutch today.
Are you considering putting up a fence, building a garage, adding onto your home, or purchasing ground? For all your surveying needs, contact Alpha Land Surveys in Hutchinson at 620-728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
Did you know that the evaporated salt produced at your local Cargill Salt facility is among the purest of all salts? Cargill Salt of Hutch is proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create, succeed. Cargill Salt of Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
All right, a slew of scores to go through here. Chris, why don't we start with the finals on the network tonight?
Okay, so we are getting those. We'll just go up the dial. So earlier tonight on 94.7 KSKU, Heston was hosting the Marysville Bulldogs, and Heston gets the victory tonight in Class 3A action, 34-14 over Marysville. So the Swathers advance to the next round. Of course, here tonight, Buhler fell to Arc City 32-13 on 95.9 HK. On our other sister stations, Mix 96.7 KMPK. Final from out west at Danner Field. The Scott City Beavers in Smoky Valley season 41-6. So the Beavers advance. Over on another sister station, KMCP 98.9 and 1540. The final, McPherson defeats Mulvane 34-13. So we were talking about off the air, a lot of McPherson County schools punching their tickets. Over on Kansas Rocks, 100.3 KNZS, the long road trip out to Rooks County. Plainville in overtime defeats Trinity Catholic 23-17. On Kicks Country 106, Kingman remains undefeated. Big win over Hillsboro 49-7. Canton Galva 45, St. Paul in Canton on Margrader Field, 60-0, and Douglas defeated Lions Knight 56-8. So some schools from Central Kansas advancing and some having their seasons come to a conclusion.
And there not have been a lot of scores come in so far from the league. Andover Central beat Augusta tonight 42-17. And so they will advance to play the winner of Wellington and Winfield.
I did have a league score early. It happened a long time ago. This game went final in the 8 o'clock hour. Andale defeating Goodland 63-0. So no surprise on that one.
Winfield scores with 25 seconds left in regulation at Wellington tonight to tie the game 28-all and send it to overtime. Circle wins in dominating fashion over Independence 54-14. So we know some of the teams. I know at halftime Wamego was leading Ulysses pretty big. So Circle moves on. Arc City moves on. McPherson moves on. Andover Central moves on. Winfield Wellington has gone to overtime in 4A. Let's just run down some other scores that we have. Circle beat Indy, by the way, 60-20. 5A Hutch High, slow start, becomes roaring back to beat Liberal 35-7. Coffeyville beats Eudora tonight, so 6 seed in the West will move on in 4A. 40-30 is the final there. Coffeyville will be at Towanda next week. 13-6. Abilene trailing Rose Hill. That is going to the third quarter. Last score we had there with Abilene leading Rose Hill. Elsewhere, Wamego beats Ulysses tonight 56-11. So Wamego's the top seed in the West. They move on. They'll get the winner of Abilene and Rose Hill. So just 2 West scores that we don't have now. Wellington, Winfield going to overtime. Fourth quarter, Rose Hill trailing by a touchdown to Abilene.
Did you have that score? Okay,
Wamego, yes. Wamego wins. Garden City beat Campus tonight, 35-14. Chanute in the East over Casey Schlegel, 49-6. Wichita East beats Lawrence Free State tonight, 34-0. Chris Mitch in the Andale score. Marion wins tonight over Salina Sacred Heart, 38-14. Salina Central, 21. Andover 15. 4A score. Atchison beats Fort Scott in the East, 48-12 is the final there. We mentioned the Hutch High score. Great Bend with a win tonight. They eke out a win over Goddard Eisenhower, 31-27.
Couple other scores from just our part of the world. Southeast of Saline ends Haven season 53-12. Tonight, Ellsworth defeated Garden Plain tonight 21-7, and Cheney defeats Hugoton 28-7 for a few other scores in our coverage area.
Mays is the real deal. They blank Salina South 63-0.
Well, Aaron, earlier tonight, we were talking with Scott Hogan, who of course covers a ton of games for us. I asked him, he's seen a ton of the big schools down in the Wichita area. Who's the best team you've seen all year? He said Mays, because I said all classifications. Yeah. And, Avery. That makes me very happy, Aaron, as a K-Stater, knowing that Avery, the hero's coming to Manhattan next year.
You guys just got to figure out a way to keep your quarterback healthy.
Yes.
That has been a problem.
Well, now that we're not playing TCU. Nobody's playing TCU. No. So that's one thing we can all agree in this booth. TCU took out all of our quarterbacks.
I know.
Yeah. What's up with that? Hoisington beat Phillipsburg tonight 42-18. Elsewhere, Miege in the East of 4A over Ottawa 63-14. Just looking to see if there's anything else. Bishop Carroll over Newton tonight in 5A 38-17. The East of 4A, Eudora 54, Labette 22. And those are most of the finals that we have in. So that's going to do it for our football season. College football coming up tomorrow. Sterling College on the network. A 1 o'clock kick, 12:30 start. That is at Smyser against Southwestern tomorrow here on HKFM. KU has the weekend off, and the K-State Wildcats get Oklahoma State. It's kind of a critical game to keep pace in the Big 12, is it not? So,
yeah, the winner of that game will be solidly in second place. If TCU keeps rolling, the winner of that Oklahoma State K-State game tomorrow will be solidly in second.
And it is totally not unthinkable to expect TCU to lose a game at some point. To go through the conference unbeaten is a tough thing to do.
The only bad news, TCU has played.
They've played
all
the hard
the tough
teams.
Yes.
Yeah. Which either gives you excitement for the college football playoff to see if Big 12 can sneak a team in there, which they've struggled to do, or they're gonna drop a game that they shouldn't, which somehow always seems to be the case for a team that has a chance.
That's the moniker of your team, my friend.
Yeah, and I know that all too well, guys. All too well.
All right, well, our basketball season starts the first Friday in December, and I believe we are at Nickerson, so looking forward to getting that started. Good luck to our cross-country teams at State and Wamego tomorrow if you get a chance to sneak up and cheer on the Crusaders. Soccer on Tuesday. Carson and I are talking. Yeah. We're trying to put a team together to broadcast that game on the CSN video and on one of our Ad Astra streams as well. So we're going to try and cover some soccer for you and cheer on those Crusaders. Yeah, it's not like it's a big game or anything. They're only playing McPherson.
Again.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're not doing anything, come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a great game the last time these two played.
And McPherson's got a healthy late in the year.
Yeah,
so,
they're starting to roll. If you couldn't make it out in the weather, that's a game that'll get your heart rate going. It's an exciting team to watch.
Yeah, I
promise you'll have fun.
That Buhler defense is something special, though, this year.
Yeah, I can't comment on that. I might be a little biased.
Is one of them named Moeller?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All right, fellas. Well, thanks to our entire crew. Buddy, you came on and did a sideline for us this year and did a fantastic job. We appreciate it. And we roped in those senior CSN guys, Colton Hines, who oversaw all of our video stuff this year. A couple of new guys in Braden Adams and Tucker Dingler. Thanks to those guys, and looking forward to getting it going again in basketball. And my partner over here who has to spend entirely too much time with me. I apologize for that.
Hey, I got asked earlier today.
We spent a lot of time together this week.
I was hanging out with your brother at the chamber function, and some people we met. They asked if we were all related.
Oh my goodness!
So
as much time as we spend together, we could be.
Yes, I could be the third Napier. You're a long lost brother.
That would be interesting. All right, fellas, thank you so much. And all of you out there listening to all of our sponsors, we appreciate you guys so much too.
Yeah, as the sales guy, I got to tell all the sponsors thank you. And seriously, anybody that you hear on these broadcasts, anybody that works there, manages, owns these places, tell them thank you, because I know it sounds cheesy, but we couldn't do it without them. And they're the guys that put the gas in the tank and put the power bill on and pay for Rock and Heath Schroeder and the rest of the guys to run the boards. And so much thanks to them for helping to make it all happen.
All right, we'll talk to you first Friday in December for Crusader basketball. We start the season at Nickerson again. Cross-country, soccer, get out and support them here coming up in the next week. For Chris Shank, Carson Muller, our entire video team, Aaron West, have a pleasant good evening and happy Halloween, everybody. You've been listening to Crusader Football here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.